live. Buenas noches, gente. This is, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. With me, as always, is my co host, the redoubtable Luisa. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
It has been a very long week,
Hmm.
and I have been looking forward to this game for probably 3 days.
Ah, yes. There's always baseball at the end of the week.
I'm trying to turn this into I'm trying to not horseshoe, shoehorn this
Shoehorn, yeah.
into the Mitch and Mickey kiss at the end of the rainbow.
Yes.
I don't know that it's going to work, but that is the same feeling. And similarly, involving things like ancient stories.
Hmm.
No one has any idea what we're talking about. Maybe one person listening has seen Almighty Wind. This
Oh boy.
is
Well, everyone should see it, so that's
That
not
is
on us.
true. That is absolutely true. Everyone should see it. Incredible performances all around, which is definitely why you come to a baseball broadcast so that you can hear, instead of people discussing the alternate history baseball that is happening before your eyes, you can instead hear somebody talk about a Christopher Guest movie from like 2 decades ago.
Hmm.
Why else would you be here?
It's
Let's
all
be
part of
real.
the rich tapestry of the LNP.
I do believe that Christopher Guest is also active in the LMP timeline. He's one of those people, one of those like tent poles of reality around whom the dimensions kind of orbit.
Interesting. Are you saying he goes all the way back in time to not only this universe, but this time period?
No, no, no. I'm saying in the present of the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña timeline, there is
Okay.
also a Baron Christopher Guest being active as a pretend documentarian.
Okay, so this is expanding my mind because now I know in the present day universe of the LNP, the British nobility is still holding up.
Yes,
Okay,
unfortunately for all of us.
important to know. Okay,
Hmm.
good.
In fact, I think, if I remember correctly, how the mid century went, it's possible that some of the nobilities that had been somewhat cowed actually sort of came back to prominence due to, shall we say,
Ah,
movements in the Western Hemisphere.
interesting. Okay.
Anyway, we are 3 minutes into this broadcast and we have not even told you what it's about. But frankly, you should know. This
Hmm.
is game 5 of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño. On my left, in sapphire and gold, more gold than usual, and especially hopefully after today, is the Navegadores de Naguabo, who are playing on the road against, on my right, in green and white, the Jinetes de Toa Baja, who are currently getting bullied in this series to the tune of being down 4 games to none. The Navegadores have won the first 4 games of these series, including all three of the first triad of games in Naguabo and the first road game in Toa Baja, which in the timeline of this series was yesterday. Ted Balloon pitched a complete game shutout, which is the first time he has ever done that in the playoffs.
Amazing.
It was a stressful game. A lot of them have been, as you might expect. These are two very, very good teams, and true to form, the Jinetes are not taking this lying down. They are not simply saying, you know what, clearly you're the better team, you've beaten us, we're giving up. They are in fact going, pardon me, even as of the balloon game, which again was that shutout yesterday, it looked like the pitcher today would be the Mexican Antonio Gonzalez, who is significantly older than most of the Toa Baja rotation and kind of just seemed to be a, well, screw it, we're going to lose. Let's just throw out. Somebody has to pitch. So
Hmm.
let's put this guy in. He can say he pitched in a national championship game. Cool for him, right? But
Yeah.
no, they woke up this morning and they decided, actually, no, we're going to see if we can stay alive. We're going to choose Jeremias Cabrera, possibly our best pitcher. We're going to send him to the mound and see if by any chance he can rescue at least a game of this series.
Interesting. Okay.
There have been, for those of you who did not see it, we actually did post it on our socials beforehand, but there have been exactly 6 sweeps in Nacional in Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño history. Will asks who laid out the Naves order for this game, and Will, I'm gonna be honest with you. The actual batting order is not that much better, but this is just going by positional numbers. So the catcher is first because that's position one, or rather, it's position two, but the pitcher doesn't bat. So
Interesting.
at any rate, really quickly, let's see here. So there have been 6 sweeps in Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño history, and we begin with an eight. Well, really, we have to go back to 1878 when the Ingenieros de Rincon, for their first title, beat the Chupacabras de Canóvanas, who were at that time something approaching royalty. They had been one of the best teams in the league in the 1870s, and in 1879, the Chupacabras came back and swept the Ingenieros in the Campeonato Nacional. That sort of activated the Ingenieros because they would proceed to perform 2 sweeps in 1883 over the Corsos and in 1885 over the Cafeteros. The Cafeteros had particularly bad luck here. And 2 years later, they would get swept again, this time by the Reyes de Juana Diaz.
The Reyes, your precious
Man,
Reyes.
when the Reyes were good, it was a different time.
Those were the days.
In 1894, the Ingenieros would come back and once again sweep the Canarios de Atillo, this time at the end of one of the greatest seasons of all time, possibly the greatest of the 19th century, where they literally went 126-12. They lost
Wow.
12 games. 12 games
Amazing.
total.
Impossible.
And then in 1903, last season, the Quesiteros de Isabela defeated these very same Navegadores de Naguabo. So, the Ingenieros are the first team to have both swept and been swept in the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
The Navegadores are looking to be the second team to do that and the first team to do it in successive seasons. And that is going to be a real tough gig against somebody like Cabrera, who admittedly is having a bit of a disappointing postseason after the excellent 1904 that he's had. But he could always choose to leave it all on the field, play through any sort of vicissitudes that happen to him in this game, and see if they can at least get one game back from the Navegadores.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very real chance that with a pitcher of this caliber on the mound and with their lineup hopefully beginning to wake back up, they'll be able to hold off Jan Pajkos and the Naves. But the Naves themselves are not going to let them just do that. The entire bullpen is available thanks to Ted. If needed, even Everton's Stack could take an inning or two. And we're just going to hope that all of the preparation, all of the work they've done to prepare themselves for this moment, the batting practice, the fielding drills, everything is going to carry them to victory today. Will says he knew about the positional number thing, but when we get to the order, I was just wondering who designed it. That is Harvey Burford, bench coach at law.
Not very good.
That is our Englishman sitting on the bench there. He, for some reason, really likes putting Wally Balk at fifth, and we would question that, but on the other hand, Wally has reached on error like 6 times in this series. It's kind of ridiculous. So we're gonna let him cook.
Yeah. We can see what he has planned.
Yes, we actually asked him whether he would like to make any changes, and he kind of went like, I'm good. You're up 4-0. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
No big. So Harv was still allowed. I know there had been some talk last week. There had. But then Wally kept reaching on error. I cannot overemphasize how weird a skill this is that he just seems to aim the ball at a fielder's glove at least once a game.
That's great.
It's very weird, but there it is. That's what he excels at, I guess. Anyway, we are soon to have our first pitch, read out the lineups and all that. But before we do any of that, we're going to need a word from the most beautiful of our sponsors. Luisa, who am I talking about?
You are, of course, talking about Dr. Gonzalez and his wonderful wood tar liquors. Folks, 50,000 patients have been cured over 10 years with these wonderful elixirs. Chronic colds, rogue coughs, abundant chest discharges, asthma, bronchitis, and other respiratory ailments have all been cured by it. It helps with consumption and also bladder catarrh, which is inflammation. It purifies overhumored blood, and it whets the appetite for fattening. Not to be confused with other Dr. Gonzalez wood tar liquors, except no substitutes. And of course, it's sold in all good pharmacies, especially San Juan's own Farmacia Guillermetti at the corner of Calle de San Francisco and Calle de la Cruz.
And unfortunately for you, this is no longer true in your reality.
Yes.
Couldn't we all use a little bit of that famous wood tar liquor?
I have to imagine it would really clear you out if you had like a sore throat, a little stuffiness.
It literally, the wood tar would literally glom onto the bacteria infecting you and just carry it out of your system. That's how it works.
Exactly.
People don't know that that's how you get rid of infection. You drink the appropriate potion, like you're in a Final Fantasy game, and it just literally rips out the infection by bodily bonding with the pathogen.
Yeah. It works just like Febreze used to work in those old commercials where rotten fish smells would get encapsulated by the Febreze somehow, and then it would carry them away to who knows where. The commercial's over now, but they're gone.
Those Mucinex commercials, they were factual.
Exactly.
We cannot stress enough, this is not medical advice.
Except the Dr. Gonzalez wood tar liquor, which you should buy because it is medically sound.
And good luck finding any. Okay, here we go. The lineup for the visiting Navegadores de Naguabo. Going for the 7th sweep in Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña history in the championship. Batting leadoff and playing first base, number 16, Rob the Grackle Feaster. Batting second and playing left field, number 37, it's El Barbero Vidal Santiago. Batting third and playing second base, number 11, it's the Centurion. Should have probably said C'est le Centurion, huh? Ah, well.
He doesn't mind.
Ah, well. C'est la vie. Jacques Centur. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 6, Benji Valdez. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 12, Wally, the human ripcord Balk. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 4, Etaoin, the font of wisdom, Sherdlu. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 56, Frank Diablo Rojo del Castillo. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 27, Graham Ham Underwood.
Hey.
And batting ninth and catching, number 0, Spike Stonehand. And I hope you enjoyed that, because my reading for the home Jinetes de Toa Baja is going to be much less animated. Batting leadoff and playing first base, number 14, Orlando Martin. Batting second and playing third base, number 30, Robulo Figueroa. Batting third and playing second base, number 4, Harry Daddy Longlegs Jones. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 19, Miguel Pavon. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 24, Osmundo Borrego. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 18, Mauro Noriega. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 12, Norberto Zavala. Batting eighth and catching, number 13, Dermot Mount. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 29, Tomas Rodriguez. Pitching tonight for the Jinetes de Toa Baja, it is number 21, Jeremias Cabrera. 66 innings pitched in the postseason, 3 wins and 5 losses, 34 strikeouts, and 18 walks with an ERA of 3.14. Jeremias Cabrera has a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, and then, because he is slightly different, a sinker.
I'm worried about that changeup. It looks very good.
Having that arsenal and then adding a sinker is like putting a pink streak in your hair.
Okay. Explain.
It's having fastball, curveball, changeup, and slider is the most conventional arsenal you can possibly have.
Okay.
Adding a sinker to that, it gives you a second fastball that moves differently, so it is useful, but it's one of those things where it does not take away from the impression that you're a thoroughly conventional pitcher.
Okay. He's just showing off then.
Yep. Says Will. People say the broadcasters on Olympia are biased, but I don't see it.
You have to imagine the crowd at this home stadium for the Toa Baja are staring daggers at us.
Mm-hmm. And especially because getting from Naguabo to Toa Baja at the time would have been quite the distance. Toa Baja is in the north of the island, past San Juan, past the really heavily urbanized district. It would have probably taken a couple trains to get there as a Naguabo fan.
Oh, man.
And speaking of Naguabo, here comes Rob Feaster leading off. He's currently hitting .229 in the playoffs, so he has a .649. No home runs, 9 runs batted in, but he does have 20 stolen bases. Here comes the first pitch of the evening, pardon me, although it's technically the afternoon, I think. It's 2:05. Cloudy, temperature 28 degrees. Pitcher is blowing in from left. The wind, pardon me, is blowing in from left. Says Will. Well, he might be. Will says this field doesn't even have outfield stands. Yeah.
And no grotto?
And there he goes. 1 pitch and 1 hit. Rob Feaster will be on base as they attempt to stop the double. No, it'll be sent to the infield. Miguel Pavon had to go catch it in the corner. And Rob Feaster on 1 pitch puts a man in scoring position for the Navegadores.
Incredible.
Hanging slider left high, and Rob sure smashed that one. With a man in scoring position and no outs, Jeremias Cabrera, one of the worst holders in the Toa Baja rotation, will have to face Vidal Santiago. Let's see, they may be daring enough to send Rob for third, and Rob wants third, because that would give him the stolen base lead in the playoffs on the Navegadores. He's currently tied with Benji. Yes, this is well, the field itself is huge. It is 450 feet to dead center. The Navegadores, it's 430 to dead center. Wow. So it's actually a bigger field, which is why they've been able to do this stuff. The ball just keeps traveling and it falls short of the wall. So doubles, triples are increased, which is very hopeful for the Navegadores. They love doing that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's why they don't have outfield stands. There's no place to put them. Everything behind the stadium is something else. Somebody owns that land. Here goes nothing. Vidal Santiago takes the first pitch. There goes Rob Feaster, and I think he's going to be safe.
What? He did not look like he was going to be safe.
No, he did not. He must have avoided the tag somehow. Maybe the Figueroa got off the bag to receive the throw or something, but He steals base number 21, so it'll be up to Benji when he gets on base to get something going here. That puts the go-ahead run on first, on third, 2 pitches into the game. On the 1-0 count after that sinker was called a ball, Cabrera once again sinker low, and it's 2-0 now. Vidal flies that one out to right center. Pavon, nowhere near it. That's going to bounce off the wall, and it's an RBI base hit.
Wow.
Pavon once again having to make the throw to the infield as Vidal Santiago brings Feaster in easily. It's 1-0 Navegadores, thanks to an RBI double, and the Toa Baja crowd is letting their pitcher hear it.
Wow. How long has the game actually been playing?
3 minutes.
Is this the fastest score?
You're going to have to give me a scope to work with here.
I don't really need one, honestly. I just am impressed by 3 minutes.
In the series, yes, I would say so. But I think they're, I don't know if in 1904 they did this. I do remember, I feel like Ham last year had a leadoff home run in one of those games where he batted leadoff for Rob. I want to say that happened. I could be wrong. Well, you know what? We can actually check. No, it isn't there. He must have been leading off an inning, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I remember. At any rate, with a man on second and no outs, here comes Jacques Centur, the hottest hitter on the Navegadores lineup. He is currently hitting .370, OPS at .941, no home runs, 14 runs batted in. Let's see if Cabrera's bat luck continues as he fouls that one off. The tip of the bat, another sinker. Wait, what? That gets called a ball. What happened there? He made contact.
Is the umpire mad that they already have scored and he's against them now?
No, he called it a ball. That's favorable to Jacques.
Oh, I see. Okay. Then I do wonder.
This umpire is drunk.
Already?
Yeah, so clearly. 1-0 count. He's been partaking of the third base rum.
Yes. Just to sample it to make sure it's good.
Exactly. Quality control, you know how it is. Mm-hmm. This is before Jibarito rum, so. Slider is down and away, and it's a strike from Jeremias Cabrera. Centur lines that one to Harry Jones.
Well then.
Good work from Daddy Longlegs getting over there. Guess that's why the Longlegs are involved.
It wouldn't be so bad if he didn't have that very waxed, pencil-thin, sharp mustache.
Yeah,
that makes it bad.
That does definitely make him look like a creep. You are correct. With 1 out and a man on second, up comes Benji Valdez, who is currently hitting .278, OPS of .838. No home runs and 12 runs batted in, which is second on the team to Centur. He did not get a hit in that Ted Balloon shutout and struck out the other time. It was the ball's only contact with Mount's glove and then bounced off. That's what the umpire must have thought. But I don't know. That looked to me like it hit off the tip of Centur's bat. Maybe the umpire had a better vantage angle. And it's weird that Mount... I mean, I know at the time an umpire's word was law, but you would think Mount would kind of be mad about that, and he didn't seem to be. And the umpiring crew for this series is no shrinking violets. They kicked Harry Jones out of a game in the first inning.
Amazing.
It's probably... He argued about a strike call.
Ah, jeez.
It's probably the only reason the Navegadores won that game.
That's incredible.
First pitch to Benji that's going to be a strike, I think. Benji having a hell of a year, 13.7 WAR. No, it misses. Sinker broke away, and it's 1-0. Cabrera just cannot find the zone today. As Benji grounds out to short, Rodriguez has it, throws to first, and that's out number 2. Here comes Wally Balk. Let's see if he's got some more of that Australian magic in him. as he's currently only batting .213, OPS of 547, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. We have a feeling if you included his reaches on error, that on-base percentage would be like .340. It would be a serious improvement.
Yeah.
And Cabrera seems to be getting this inning back on track, so it's up to Wally to see if he can bring in some more chaos. With a man on second and 2 outs. Wally lines that one into center field. Not hard enough, though. It looks like Zavala's going to have it, and that is out number 3. 2 hits and a run in that first inning for the Navegadores. An early scare for Jeremias Cabrera as he had to throw 10 pitches, but allowed the run. A fastball finally gets him out of it. We'll head into the bottom of the first, and it'll now be pitching for the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 74, Jan Pajkos. The Slovak player, the second player of Slovak descent, and the first Slovak-born player in Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña history after noted Galanes de Ciales standout Germán Infante and war hero, should be mentioned, double war hero at that. Fought in both the War of Independence and then fought again in the American invasion.
Jeez.
He actually came back from Central Europe with veterans of the conflicts there to fight the American invasion. One of those guys. Pajkos has pitched 41 and 2/3 innings in the postseason. He has 4 wins and a loss, 20 strikeouts to 9 walks, and a 1.51 ERA. Pajkos has a fastball and a changeup, but his money pitches are his 2 curves, the curveball and the screwball, which breaks the opposite way and gives him a breaking pitch against lefties. He will be facing Orlando Martin, who is so far hitting just .209, OPS of 554, no home runs, and 8 runs batted in. Let's see if Pajkos has what it takes to close out this sweep. During the season, Pajkos held opponents to a .220 batting average. He had one of the highest quality start percentages in the league, going at least 6 innings and only 3 runs as he pumps a fastball by him for strike 1. Challenging early in the count for Jan. Let's see, that should be called a ball. No, he dots it on the corner.
Wow.
It'll be called a strike, and 2 fastballs in, Orlando Martin is in the hole. See if Pajkos can finish him here. Not quite. Martin will foul off that fastball. 0-2. Martin's game plan here is, or rather, the game plan against Martin is fairly obvious. Pitch him down and away. Knocks that one foul the other way, looks like, as it just barely misses being a fair ball. We have to imagine Vidal Santiago is quite thankful for that. 4 fastballs so far. If it were me, I think I would try a breaking ball here.
Oh, yeah? We'll see.
Well, we'll see, and we'll see if it works. I think that was a breaker, and screwball, and it nearly hits the dirt. 1-2.
Oh, man.
Good control from Jan there. That is swung on. It's hit to Benji. He's got it, makes the throw to first, and that's out number 1. Pajkos, not your strikeout guy. He likes to get ground balls instead. That was a curveball thrown down and away, and Martin extended to go get it, but couldn't quite run it out. Up comes Romulo Figueroa, who is finally under some measure of control after Ted got him out almost every time last game. He's still, however, vastly leading his club in batting average, hitting .375 in the postseason, OPS of .907, no home runs, and 20 runs batted in. 1 out, and the base is empty for him. He's won the last 2 Series Ilustre awards in a row. Curveball in there at the knees, 0-1. Swings on that one and lifts it into left field, but foul. And man, Vidal's got to be really thankful for the massive foul territory in this park. 2 curveballs in a row to him. Let's see if Pajkos will reach for the heater on the 0-2. He goes for the screwball and misses low. 1-2. hit hard to right field. Frank de Castillo looks to be chasing it down, and he's got it. Romulo Figueroa might officially be on ice. A screwball away, hit hard, but unfortunately not hard enough to escape Diablo Rojo's glove. And Luisa, we all know how you feel about Frank's defensive efforts.
Yeah, I mean, I feel biased. I feel like we saw him drop a catch like 3 times in one game, and that cemented in my mind that he's terrible at it. But he's not terrible at his job. So, I don't know. I really don't know whether to think he's good at fielding or bad at it.
Statistically, he is, but whether that translates to clutch plays is obviously an eye test thing.
Yeah.
Here comes Harry Jones. That's Daddy Longlegs to you. The second baseman and Welsh presumptive illustrissimo for Liga Ostos, that's the MVP award, has been put under some kind of control in the playoffs. He's batting just 247, OPS of 709, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. He did very, very well during the regular season, 103 runs batted in, tons of runs scored. And here, with 2 outs and the bases empty, he watches that curveball miss up, and away, 1-0. But they've generally been able to keep him under wraps some, as that fastball shows. That's the kind of pitch he should be feasting on, but he lets it go by, and it's strike 1.
He's not the feaster.
That's right. Jones fouls that one off. Change up, and Harry Jones is now at a 1-2 count. Ooh, Pajkos gets a little bit excited with that fastball, and Stonehand has to go receive it to his right. Make it 2-2. And then he misses high with the curveball. Well, that brings us to a full count, so you know what's coming next. It's the 6 words everyone loves to hear during a baseball game.
Here we go.
This will be a payoff pitch.
Woo!
Pajkos with it. Jones hits that one into right field, and this time Frank can't get to it. It's a soft base hit. A little bit of a bloop. And that's a base hit to extend the inning on 6 pitches. It'll bring up Miguel Pavon, who is hitting .214, OPS of .558, no home runs, and 10 runs batted in. Pajkos at 16 pitches, but this is the most well-stocked bullpen in probably the entire league. I don't think we're going to have trouble if he needs to take a short start.
Yes.
Pavon led the entire league in RSBI with 120, and he clearly wants to add another one onto that total. Why are you cheering? That went foul. They just want to see the ball go far.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Fair. 0-1 count. Ugh. Screwball low, 1-1. Pavon hits that one foul once again. Down the third baseline. The ball didn't even go that far that time. What are you even doing?
Yeah.
With 2 strikes on him, this is where the screwball is supposed to shine for Pajkos. He's supposed to be able to use it to get those outs, and he attempts a pickoff to first. Hold Harry Jones a little bit closer to the base there. Pavon does not go on the fastball away, and it's called ball 2. Tense at bat here for Pajkos with the tying run on base and the go-ahead run at the plate. Knocks that one. Centur runs in to get it, throws to second. A little too hard considering how close he was, but they get the out.
All right.
So it'll be the hit, and that's it for the Jinetes in the first inning. We're going to do something unique. We don't usually do this, but it being the possible final game of the season, we're going to alert everybody that it's going on and let them know, hey, if you want to join in, this is what's happening. So what do you think, Louisa? What are our thoughts here?
I don't know. That early lead was so impressive. but then it took them a while to get through that first inning. So now I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think. I think they can win, though. I think the Naves can win this one. What do you think?
Oh, they absolutely can win this one. They've been seeing Cabrera in particular. They drew 5 walks off of him in his first game, which
Mm-hmm.
is wild. That is very strange. He still struck out 8 of them, but to walk 5 Navegadores as a strikeout pitcher is a very strange proposition. That doesn't happen very often.
Mm-hmm. What time
I
of year are we even looking at here?
What year?
No, what time of year?
Oh, we are. It is November 30th as
Oh,
we're
wow,
doing
okay.
this.
It's very late. Okay.
Yes, it is. The 5 rounds of the playoffs sure expand the calendar on that.
Mm-hmm.
In the years of the Copa Mundial, they mostly had to basically players would get out of the postseason and immediately head into preparing for the Copa Mundial.
Pretty good.
It was a bit and in fact the first Copa Mundial is happening either in 1905 or 1906.
Coming right up.
That's right. The first one had teams from, let's see, Mexico. Well, obviously Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, Cuba, Canada, and then the 4 nations of the British Isles. So,
Mm-hmm.
England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Mm-hmm. Where Harry Jones is from.
That's right. And currently in the Navegadores prospect system, 14-year-old Welsh knuckleballer Owen Coates.
Oh, yeah, we've seen that guy, and he does not look 14.
No, he does not. But that's probably because of the season he just had.
Mm.
He has not been having a good time down there in the single A leagues. That's for sure. Okay, top of the second, Jeremias Cabrera, 10 pitches over 1 inning, where he allowed 2 hits and an earned run. He faces the 6, 7, 8 hitters, starting with the font of wisdom himself, Eto'o Shirtley, who is currently hitting 247, OPS of 705, no home runs and 6 runs batted in. He's been drawing a ton of walks during the playoffs, is the main thing for him. As he checks his swing successfully here on the slider away, 1-0. He had 105 runs batted in during the regular season, which he got in every possible way. Sac fly, RBI ground out. No matter if there was a guy on base, Shirtley somehow managed to bring him in. That was his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sinker is blown away, 2-0. And I'm hearing reports that the Centurion, as Shirtley, bangs that one down the left field line and foul. I'm hearing reports that Centaur kind of wants to move on and try his luck in the open market.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a very real possibility that Shirtley is going to be taking over at second base next year,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
which opens up the possibility of designated hitter Min-Soo Kim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I would love to see what happens with a full season of Min-Soo Kim at DH.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be baseballs that are some baseballs are going to be pressing charges by the end of the season, is what's going to happen. 2-1 count after that sinker was fouled off. Shirtley grounds that one to Rodriguez. He runs a mile to his right and makes a great throw to first to get him out. Good at bat, even better defense. Okay. The fisherman's friends have arrived. Frank de Castillo is in now. He's batting 271, OPS of 758, 1 home run, which he hit off of Jose Guerra in a 3-2 loss back in the Interdivisionales, and 7 runs batted in. Comes up with the bases empty and 1 out. The entire point of putting Frank de Castillo this low, no other coach would do it. And the entire point is that he doesn't do stuff like this.
He does what he wants. That's the problem.
That's very true. Like a devil, you might say.
It's true. I would
As
say that.
he grounds that sinker to Harry Jones, who has all the time in the world to throw to first on that one. And up comes Ham Underwood, who
Yay!
who in game 4, I keep forgetting to count correctly how many games there have been, had 2 hits. Not that either of them did him much good. He, I think, managed to score on one of them, so at least that was something.
Okay.
He's hitting 250, OPS of 595, no home runs, and 9 runs batted in. He hits a lot better on the road, actually, than he does in Naguabo. Possibly the smaller park is less conducive for him because it. How do I put this? He doesn't have home run power, he has gap power. And the smaller park means that the ball is going to. The way that he hits it, the ball is going to stay there. It's not going to go over the wall. Whereas with the larger park, it has a chance to just kind of drop in the middle of center field and just roll,
Okay.
which is helpful for him because then he can run that out.
Yes. Do you think that's likely to happen here?
Well, he did have 2 hits in yesterday's game, so maybe he's going to get on fire here.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Or as Americans love to say incorrectly, en fuego. 2 outs, bases empty. Let's see. No first pitch, no first pitch. God! He grounds out, rinse and repeat. Second verse, same as the first.
Oh, man.
So the Navegadores go down in order to a rebound inning from Jeremias Cabrera. They remain ahead 1-0. But if they're hitting like that, they better hope Jan Pajkos is the most on point any pitcher has ever been. He comes up in the bottom of the second, having pitched an inning and allowed just the 1 hit, 21 pitches, as he now faces designated hitter Osmundo Borrego, who is, not kidding, 2 for 15 in the postseason.
Poor guy.
That is an average of 133, OPS of triple threes, with 1 run batted in. During the regular season, he had 245. He was used in very limited duty. I don't know why you wouldn't just put Verduzco in. Verduzco was in game 1 last week, and then they just moved him for this dude.
Weird.
Yeah, change up at the knees for strike 1. Pajkos, unafraid to challenge. Borrego flies that one down the right field line. Should be foul. And it is. 0-2, Borrego in the hole. Let's see if Pajkos can finish him off here. He can! First punch out for Jan Pajkos on a fastball low. And that gets him the first out of the inning. No one on base for Mauro Noriega, the left fielder, hitting 278, OPS of 739. No home runs and 8 runs batted in. Noriega, low average, low on base percentage type of guy. This is the weak underbelly of the Jinetes lineup. Screwball is in there 0-1. And that curveball is even lower, so it'll be called a ball. That's the thing. They have a very fearsome, I would say, top 4, top 5. The Jinetes, once you get past that, I mean, the Jinetes know this. They know that their 6 through 9 guys are nothing to write home about. They understand that. But they figure they only need 1 or 2 of those to get lucky, to really produce the kind of offense that they've had. That screwball catches enough of the zone, and it's 1-2. Let's see if Pajkos can finish him off. He can! Called strike 3. All on breaking balls. 3 screwballs and a curve. Told you the screwball would be humming against the lefties. And here comes Norberto Zavala, who is currently batting 174. OPS of 450, no home runs, and 9 runs batted in. 2 outs, bases empty. Zavala is the most... Oh, boy! He swings on that first pitch, and it's a base hit to center field. Underwood is able to hold on to it and hold him to a single. And here will come Dermot Mount. He's actually doing quite well in the postseason, hitting 264, OPS of 622, no home runs and 6 runs batted in. Pajkos is going into this at-bat on 8 pitches, and that was a bit of a I mean, it's not even a bad fastball. You're throwing away from the guy. He just went and got it. I will note that Zavala is known for liking it in that area. He, for whatever reason, I remember a couple other lancing hits that he got on pitches down and away.
So does he have good enough control to be able to send them there, or do you think that's just luck?
I think he sees a pitch in that general zone and he figures maybe he's just got extra long arms or something and he just figures, boom, that's where I can, put a good swing on it.
Okay.
I
I'll
mentioned
take it.
this because the long arms might also explain why a team that cares about being good is putting him in center field where he is garbage.
Maybe that's to keep him humble.
Dermot Mount comes up with 2 outs and a man on first. And let's see, did Pajkos get the strike there? He does! A curveball on the outside edge, 0-1. Misses low with the fastball, 1-1. And Dermot does not go on that second fastball. It's 2-1 now. Whoa! He got him to swing at that! Look where that fastball landed!
Jeez, landed is right. It must have hit the plate.
Probably. I'm surprised it wasn't a wild pitch.
Yeah.
And Pajkos, Mount lines that one down the right field line. Frank is going to catch it on the bounce. He's going to throw to third. And that's a very long throw. It will not be in time.
Well, that makes sense now.
What does? Oh, the let's
Sorry,
go, the chant.
No, that is distracting me. But it makes sense why he tried to swing for that terrible pitch, because he is very comfortable hitting them far out of the zone.
Clearly, yeah. Here comes Tomas Rodriguez. He's hitting .212, OPS of 523, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. Pajkos needs to get him out to escape this inning with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Everybody clutch up. As Pajkos is clearly a little bit overactive, misses low with a fastball. He's trying to get that ground out. That's what he wants. And the batters are having none of it. They know that's what he needs. They're not going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Curveball. He swings on that one and misses. 1-1. Knocked to balk. He's got it. Makes the throw to first. Feaster catches it, and they're out of the jam. That is what superior defense gets you. The Jinetes strand the pair.
Wow.
Really, the gift of Navegadores fielding has been on display throughout this entire series.
Mm-hmm.
See,
you said it was on the pitcher to really step it up, but apparently his fielders are going to step it up too.
I think they know if they win this, they go home champions. They're not interested in playing a game 6.
Yeah.
They're not here to play tiddlywinks, as they say. Okay, let's...
You ever play that? I used to be pretty good at that as a kid.
Nope, actually. Never did. Nothing doing for the Naves in the top half of the inning. That chant sounded like some weird railway work song from an old film depiction of the westward expansion, which maybe didn't happen quite as fast in the LMP universe, and those guys had to go to ball games to sing it. Yes, American railway engineers were all coming down to Puerto Rico to sing English, to sing railway chants in English. Rail shanties, if you will.
I love the thought of that. I love the thought of them building little railways up and down the mountains.
Well, you know who actually built the railways in Puerto Rico, right?
You have told me, and I have forgotten.
It was LMP players in the offseason. That's why they were paid so cheaply.
Oh, I see.
Because the rest of the money was coming from the Puerto Rican government to employ those guys in building the railways so that they would still be with other men who had just been through the war. So it was basically a veterans employment program.
Uh-huh. That makes sense. Plus, it's got to be good sport conditioning. I don't even know what they would call it at the time. To be lifting heavy railway ties, things like that.
Well, You say that, but it did also cause, fingers to get blown off, and
Well, yeah, you can't win them all.
true. You really can't. That is actually true. There has never been a perfect season in LMP history.
Has there ever been one in any season of any sport anywhere in the world ever?
Yes,
Oh.
the 72 Dolphins famously were undefeated.
What? That's amazing.
Did you not know that?
No? How would I know that?
It's kind of a famous it's a famous tradition that whenever the last undefeated NFL team loses its first game, all the surviving members of the 72 Dolphins pop champagne, which is
Pretty good.
such a dick move.
They gotta keep their tontine going.
Yep. There's not that many left, by the way. Another one died recently. Oh, hello. Franchise Time Machine says they've been wondering when we would be streaming the league again. Every Friday night. Well, I say that, but actually we're going to be missing next Friday night, so, what are we even going to do there? Okay. Well, Blue Sky is not working, so I can't update people there. This is weird. Why is it being like this?
I noticed Google was down this morning, so maybe it's a whole AWS something.
You might be right at that. So as you're joining us, the Navegadores are clinging to a 2-0 lead. Let's see if I can get in on... No, it is Blue Sky. That's the problem. Huh. Well, you might still be right that it's an AWS thing, but what I'm noticing here is that switching to my phone doesn't change anything. All right, well... They won't find out. That's fine.
They should be watching.
They should be. That is very true. So here we are. In the top of the third, Jeremias Cabrera, through 2 innings on 16 pitches, has allowed 2 hits and an earned run. He will face sudden hitting threat Spike Stonehand? ?
Ooh,
He's
exciting.
hitting triple twos, OPS of 640, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. Yesterday, he had 2 hits and a walk.
Nice.
Will says Blue Sky's working. My personal account is working. The LNP one is not.
Darn it.
So there's something going on with maybe custom handles or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to focus on this. That's what we can control.
He's got that big smile. He knows he's coming
He
up.
does, and he just lines that one into center field. Zavala is chasing it down. He puts the glove up, and he has it.
Oh, man.
It was a good base. It was a good swing on the ball, but unfortunately hung way too high on that one. Hard enough, but he got too far under it. So here comes Rob Feaster, who is 1 for 1. He had that first pitch double, stole third, and then came home to score the only run the Navegadores have managed so far. Let's see if he's got a little bit more of that Grackle magic. That old Grackle magic?
No.
Is that a thing?
Nope.
Can you say that old crack magic?
I mean, you can say it. Nothing can stop you.
Sinker is fouled away, 0-1. I don't even know the song, so really I'm just making it a problem here.
Uh-huh.
Sinker for a strike, and it says Feaster isn't sure about that call. Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Umpire is definitely drunk on this one. As Feaster then fouls that one off, he says, all right, well, you only got 1 pitch on Spike. I'm going to make you throw a bunch more. How is that not a strike if that other pitch was? Changeup is called ball 1. It is literally on top of the other one.
Yeah.
1-2 count.
Weird.
Feaster lines that one foul.
It sounded so good, though.
It did. A few more inches to the left, and he is off. We stay at 1-2. Knocks that one to Figueroa at third. I am so tired of Romulo Figueroa, I tell you. 2 outs. Base is empty for Vidal Santiago, who is 1 for 1 with a ribby. Santiago could certainly be heating back up. He was ice cold for most of the postseason. And putting him second was almost just a way to protect him. You kind of had to pitch to him to deal with the two guys around him.
Mm-hmm.
As that changeup misses away, 1-0. And he flies that one out. Is that going to get caught, or will it make the stands? Looks like it'll make the stands. A lot of purple pants in the stands today.
Yeah,
a lot of purple pants.
Maybe they got a big shipment of indigo somewhere locally and just dyed up a bunch of fabric.
Yeah, 1-1. I have remarkably tried to dye fabric with indigo. It would have to be a given color already to get that shade, though.
Yeah, true.
2-1.
Makes you wonder. Maybe it came in that way, and they sold it cheap because they thought it was weird.
Santiago grounds that one out to Harry Jones, and he makes the throw to first once again to end the inning. Well, back-to-back clean innings from Jeremias Cabrera. He is certainly trying to do what he can to keep his team in the game, and it's up to Jan Pajkos to figure out how to get around it. They're starting off against Orlando Martinez. Check this out. This is Harvey Burford's influence. This is why we let him do things. He is currently playing third base in because Orlando Martinez is such a bunter.
Okay, interesting.
He wants to make sure that if he does bunt down the third base line, which is what he has to do to get down to first, that Wally Ball can run in and grab it.
All right, let's hope it happens.
He is 0-1. Pajkos, 37 pitches over 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him is a curveball away, 1-0. Pitches again. Ooh, nice curve on the bottom edge of the zone, 1-1.
Seemed very low, but it was good.
Martin lines that one into left center, and we are officially in trouble. That's going to roll to the wall. Underwood's going to take some time getting to it, making sure he's got it, and it's going to be a leadoff triple for the Jinetes.
Darn it. The crowd goes mild.
I did not understand a word of that.
That sounded like Simlish.
I'm pretty sure he yelled progress at one point, which, I mean, it is the island thereof, as we know, but...
Yeah, he just likes to get the word out.
Exactly. All right, well, with the tying run on third, Pajkos is now going to have to thread the needle for the rest of this inning, and he starts by working against Figueroa and Jones, two of the toughest hitters in this lineup. He's going to need a cheap out, which he is not. Oh, is he going to?
Oh.
Figueroa grounds out to Balk, throws to Feaster, and that's out number 1.
Oh, man. All right.
Next, it's Harry Jones, who is already 1-for-1, and Figueroa just lost his flame.
Nice.
They put out his candle.
Well, this is new.
I think this started a Final Fantasy game I played once.
I was just about to say, or like a racing game on the Super Nintendo.
Yes. It's Rich Racer. Rich Racer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even know what I'm referencing?
No, but I like the vibe.
It was the president of Sony America, I want to say. Whatever their division over here was. He was at a PlayStation convention showing off one of the new games for the whichever PlayStation was the most current at the time. It may have been the PS2 or the PS3. And he's talking to these journalists, and they are not excited for this Ridge Racer game. And so he proceeds to do the famous line from the beginning of Ridge Racer, which is, he says, it's Ridge Racer, no one cares, and then he says, like the game does, Ridge Racer! No one is excited for this game.
Oh, that's great. Please clap.
It lands exactly. It is the most Jeb Bush-like performance ever delivered by a Sony executive.
Oh, man.
And obviously we're including here the For Massive Damage performance.
Well, not everyone can be Reggie Fils-Aimé.
That's right. He has a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Will adds that it also could be the soundtrack to a 70s porn film. I would not know.
You're telling on yourself, Will.
1-0 count for Harry Jones. Swung on and fouled. 1-1. So we got a ball, a strike, a runner, and an out. It's a buffet inning as Stonehand calls for a curveball low, and it's a little bit too low. 2-1 now. Aha! Challenges him. Are they going to call that a strike? They will. Beautiful target on the outside with a fastball, a high called strike to get him at 2 strikes. Let's see if Pajkos can finish him off here. He did during game 1. Fouls that one off to stay in the at-bat. That's fine. It's a curveball. Pajkos at nearly 50 pitches here. He misses inside just barely. It's another full count against Harry Jones. He will have to come in. Although, honestly, if he tried to walk, he could at least go for the double play. So that's something.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a payoff pitch. Swung on and hit down the right field line, but foul. Hits the pole, bounces off towards the stands. Umpire says it's foul. So we'll stay at full count. Payoff pitch number 2 coming up. It's a walk. With Miguel Pavon up to bat, he's 0 for 1. They have exactly one thing they need to do, and that is ground balls. They need that cheap ground ball. Outfield is playing shallow.
Yeah.
This is the time for one of those defensive gems.
They got one already. Maybe they'll get another.
Mm-hmm. Change up, low in the zone, 0-1. Misses low with the fastball, 1-1. The fastball misses away again, 2-1. Pajkos having a lot of trouble finding that zone. Centaur with the air catch.
Oh, man.
What a catch by the Centurion. Jumps into the air to spear it, and they can't send the runners.
Oh, man, that was good.
Pajkos trusted his defense, and his defense came through. And now, possibly for the second time in a row, Jan Pajkos might be about to get out of runners on the corners. Osmundo Borrego, 0 for 1 on the day, comes up. Pajkos likely to get to 60 pitches by the end of this inning. Borrego struck out last time, and here his fastball to him is low, 1-0. Attempts another pickoff to Harry Jones, and he is safe, 1-0. 1-0 count. Let's see, what are they going to say? They say that fastball is a strike, 1-1. Curveball inside, 2-1.
Oh, boy.
Swings through the changeup, 2-2.
Nice.
And here we go. Let's see if Jan's ready. I mean, he's had ice in his veins all throughout this postseason, but this might be the biggest moment yet. He got him!
What?
The umpire pulls the string, and the Jinetes strand another 2 runners on that fastball.
Wow. I can't believe they got out of it.
Jan Pajkos take a bow. Just the coldest man in this entire rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what's very interesting? Even though the server isn't giving me a response, it's still working. Like the post sent.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's very strange. All right. We're just
gonna
going to
let it go like a message in a bottle.
I'm definitely thinking of Genie in a bottle.
I'm thinking of the Police song, Message in a Bottle.
I'm sure you are. I try not to interact with art made by Police.
Uh-huh.
That's right. I'm virtue signaling on the broadcast.
I was just letting it lay there.
Back-to-back innings from that. And you know that's not what Sting would like to see.
Oh, God. He says one thing in an interview, what, like 30 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
That's all we will ever talk about.
Was it 30 years ago? I feel like it was 20, and I'm going to tell you why. I have a
Okay.
feeling that I was in a creative writing workshop right around that time, and there were jokes made about it. Again, I was in a writing workshop at the age of 15, and people were cracking jokes about it.
Fair enough. Shall we have another word from a sponsor?
Yes, we will.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Folks, I want to tell you about Scott's Emulsion. Because, as you know, a plump child is always interesting and admired, just as an unhealthy, rickety one inspires pity and commiseration. Good nutrition, fundamental for children's good health and robustness and well-being, is in Scott's Emulsion. Slimness in children is caused by either inability of their weak stomachs to digest fat in most foods, or they are not fed those foods, ordinary foods, in sufficient quantity. In either case, this is a big problem that should be remedied administering Scott's Legitimate Emulsion. Made from cod liver oil, the most nutritious fat known to man, reduced to such small globules that children, no matter how enfeebled their digestive functions may be, can still digest and assimilate with amazing ease. It reaches the bloodstream directly, enriching and purifying it. It nourishes and develops living tissue and provides phosphorus and calcium salts so necessary for the nourishment and development of strong bones and nerves. Of such pleasant flavor that children take it as if it were candy.
Can confirm.
Considered and recommended by doctors the world over as the best aid for developing organisms and the most powerful restorative. Disclaimer: Scott's Legitimate Emulsion is the only emulsion that neither separates nor spoils, nor does its white color change. It is the only emulsion that is inalterable. Scott's Legitimate Emulsion does not burn the mouth, nor fester in the stomach, nor does it cause diarrhea in children, and it is the only one doctors prescribe. No bottle is legitimate without our trademark of the man with a fish on his back. Scott and Bone, Chemist, New York.
Thank you very much, Louisa. Once again, we have to mention this. So, says Franchise Time Machine, you know a product is good when it has legitimate in its name and it never
Exactly.
spoils. I would like to point out it's the second product that we've advertised on this broadcast that has legitimate in its name.
I love that. More things should call themselves legitimate nowadays.
Oh, I mean, if you want to get a product that's still advertising itself as legitimate, next time you go to your friendly neighborhood Wegmans, see if around the cheese shop they have the legitimate and accredited tortas from Seville of Doña Inés, I think they're called.
Oh yeah, I remember you took a photo of that package once.
Yes, they are
It's
so
very good.
legitimate and so accredited. They could not possibly be more credentialed.
Exactly. They're certified, you might say.
That's right, yes. Considering
I
changing
remember.
the considering changing the name of my stream to Franchise Legitimate Time Machine.
It's a good
Very
move.
good. It's a good move. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I remember reading you'll appreciate this, Calvin and Hobbes strip when I was a
Mm-hmm.
child. And Calvin says he's a certified genius, and Hobbes says, but you don't have a certificate. And in that moment, I realized certified actually meant something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
It does. You're right. It's weird, right? It just means to make certain, but you're right. It does have a given uh
Association.
yeah, defined meaning. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just kind of generally whatever. All right, here we go. Top of the fourth. Jeremias Cabrera, 27 pitches, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run against Jacques Centur, who is 0 for 1 on the day. No sense just standing around and letting things happen. Cabrera misses with a slider, 1-0. He's been avoiding the slider against the lefties, which makes sense, as he grounds that one out to Harry Jones once again. And that is out number 1. That's the problem. It's nice to have a lefty-heavy lineup right up until you have a great second baseman opposing you.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's not good.
Yeah.
In this case, it doesn't really matter because the shortstop is even better, so who cares, but still. Benji Valdez, 0 for 1 on the day. 1 out, bases empty. As that is a curveball in there for strike 1. Cabrera misses inside with a curveball, 1-1. Not a whole lot of walks for Jeremias Cabrera as Valdez fouls that one down the left field line. And it is taking approximately forever and a day to come down. But it does so. It's past gentleman's point, so Mauro Noriega will let it go by. It's 1-2 now. Cabrera looking for his first punch out of the game still. And he misses low with a fastball, 2-2. Benji checks his swing in time and brings Cabrera to what I believe to be his first full count of the game. Good at bat from Valdez here to keep it rolling. Let's see what the payoff pitch brings. Cabrera reaches back for pitch number 6, and he walks him. Now the question is Valdez going to steal? And if he does, will he be successful? That's the question.
How good is he at that?
Well, let's see. He has 20 stolen bases. Rob Feaster has 21. And this is in one postseason.
Okay.
Up comes Wally Bach, who is 0 for 1. Let's see if Benji tries it on the very first pitch. Not even close. That throw is well behind him. And Valdez is in plenty of time to tie Rob Feaster with 21 stolen bases in a single postseason. That is, nice. In case you're wondering, a Liga Nacional Puertorriqueño record.
Incredible.
0-1 count. As Wally watches that second pitch, they're going to call that a strike 2. Well, they're going to call that strike 2, but it's a strike 2.
And it works both ways.
Exactly. And with Wally in the hole, Cabrera still looking for that first punch out, and he misses inside with a sinker, 1-2. You can see he's actually got a pretty good game plan against the hitters here. The curveball goes to fellow righties. The slider is almost completely avoided against lefties, which makes sense. Because if there's one pitch lefties will be able to, to smash, it's a pitch that's going to break towards their hands and their bats.
Okay.
So he's been saving his breaking balls mostly for guys that are right-handed.
I see.
In fact, you will remember the first pitch, the one that Rob Feaster hit, was a slider that he left hanging up there. And I think after that he said, not throwing sliders to a lefties. Not happening.
Yeah. Good move.
2-2 count. Unbelievably, Wally Bach has forced a payoff pitch. Back-to-back great at-bats as he flies that one down the foul line. With his power, it is going to take a while to come down, but it does. So we'll stay in this at-bat. Finally, they're starting to get some pitches out of Cabrera, who is at 41 pitches now. For reference, Pajkos is at 58. Knocks that one into right center field. Zavala chasing it down. He's in position. Let's see, are they going to try to run Benji? Yeah, why not? Let's run Benji.
All right.
Yep, they're not even going to try. He is safe at third, so at least that moves the runner over for Sherdlu, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Let's see what he can do. See if he can bring that run home and give the Navegadores a little bit of cushion.
I was gonna say, do you think he'll bunt? But that won't help if he gets out on it.
Yeah, I also do not let my batters bunt. None of them is good enough at it.
Ah, fair enough.
1-0 count. Sinker misses wide, 2-0. Cabrera would much prefer the walk here. And he is not going to get it! That ball bounces all the way down to the corner in left field, helped by that massive foul territory. And it is going to be a base hit for Itaú Insured Lou. The Navegadores are ahead 2-0 on an RBI double. The first base hit they've gotten since the first inning.
Nice.
Andy Samberg is in the stands now?
Andy Samberg
Cotton candy.
throws it on the ground.
If we hear at any point the cotton candy guy say, come on, then we know for sure. Here comes Frank de Castillo, who is 0 for 1 on the day. You know, there's that new movie he's in with, it's a Kate Winslet. It's like a war reporting movie of some sort.
Is there? What?
Yeah. I'm not, okay.
Huh.
You're acting like I'm having a fever dream, and I am not.
Yes.
So we're gonna find this. We're gonna find this.
Like a real life thing? Is he playing a real person, or is it just some?
I think it is a biopic.
Fictional movie.
Yes.
Interesting.
Let's see here. It's called Lee.
Okay.
It is about World War II journalist Lee Miller, Lady Penrose. She was a photographer and photojournalist. And
yes! I have heard of this. They found someone's body in a bathtub. I shouldn't bring this up probably on the stream, but yes.
I did not know that. He is playing David E. Sherman, who was a photographer for Life magazine in World War II. Yes. He took the photograph of her in the bathtub. Yes. So he was portrayed by Andy Samberg. Isn't that great?
That's so strange.
Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Man on second and 2 outs for Frank de Castillo. Let's see if they can get that third run in. First pitch to him. De Castillo fouls that one away. Doesn't look like Mount was able to get it. So that's out number 1. Oh, that's a souvenir for his buddies. He hit that into a Naguabo dugout. 0-1 count. Fouls that one off as well. Cabrera going back to what works. Curveball and sinker. Much quieter let's go chant from the Naguabo side of the equation. 0-2 count. De Castillo bounces that one to Figueroa at third. Figueroa makes the throw. And Martin will hold on.
Yeah.
It's out number 3. Naguabo does get a run and a hit off of Cabrera and is able to get some pitches out of him. He's now at 48. So at least that's something, and as the lineup turns over in the next inning, things should get very interesting. But first, Jan Pajkos, 58 pitches over 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He gets to face Noriega, Zavala, and Mount. Noriega is 0 for 1 on the day. Don't remember how Noriega did last time. I think he was a strikeout. As that fastball misses inside, and he checks in time, 1-0. But that is perfect. It's a screwball, low in the zone, 1-1. Just low enough for Noriega to think that's going to break below and not swing. But he does. That is flown up high, and it's staying fair, but looks like it's finally going to arc. Santiago lets it go by, and it's strike 2. 1-2 count. As he checks a swing again on the screwball. 2-2. Pajkos pitching with a little bit more confidence here. But I don't know why, because he's not getting the swings he wants. That curveball misses, and he'll be at a full count once again. 63 pitches for Jan Pajkos, as he now has to pitch a payoff. Got him!
Ooh.
Fastball inside, just barely. And that's strikeout number 4 for Jan Pajkos.
All right.
Franchise Time Machine says, is this best of 7? It is best of 9. This is game 5, and the Navegadores have a chance at a sweep here. So Norberto Zavala comes up. He's 1 for 1 on the day. He started that mini rally the last time he came up with that base hit, and this time he grounds out to... Oh, no! He drops it! That's the first time the Navegadores have made the first error of the game in this series. Let's hope it's not a portent of things to come. As with a man on first and 1 out, here comes Dermot Mount. He is 1 for 1 on the day. And Pajkos nearly clips him with that fastball down and in, 1-0. We're just going to be smart about this and make sure we've got some arms warming up in the bullpen.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Yep, 1-0 count. Let's see. Changeup misses low. They call it 2-0. I think that was in the zone, but I'm not mad about it. Bounces that screwball foul, 2-1. Screwball to a righty. Interesting. Hits that one to balk. This time he holds on. Goes to second for 1. And unfortunately, that's a very hard slide from Zavala. And, oh no. Zavala's elbow apparently got scraped up a bit. They're going to slap some ointment on it. Give him some wood tar liquor.
Yeah. Dip it in that rum barrel. That'll sanitize it.
Yeah, he'll be right as rain. Give it some Ictiol. Although I don't know if that was an ointment at the time that was available.
Is it inalterable? Because that's important.
Yeah. It's legitimate, as Franchise Time Machine says. Just rub some legitimate dirt on it.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Rodriguez is up. He's 0 for 1. He's not here for his bat, but he could get lucky and give the Jinetes something to cheer for. As he misses low with a curveball, 1-0. Pajkos at 70 pitches now. Misses low with a curveball again, 2-0. Then he gets tired and throws a fastball strike up high, 2-1. Misses wide with what I think is a screwball. 3-1 count to the weakest hitter. I don't know why the pitchers are so afraid of him, specifically.
Yeah.
Ted also walked him last game. He's hitting 209.
Maybe he's just got a real intimidating stance.
Maybe. Rodriguez doesn't like that fastball call, but it's in the zone, so he can go jump in the lake. And this will be yet another important payoff pitch for Jan Pajkos. Rodriguez hits that one hard to right field. Franklin Castillo running all the way back at the wall. He comes in a bit, and in front of the track, he's got it. It's out number 3, and they strand another runner. Let's let everybody know how things are going. And then we will get right back to it. Well, I am not going to lie to you. That run came in an interesting way. That is not how I was expecting them.
Yeah.
To make it happen.
Yes, but they did make it happen.
They sure did. That fly out from Wally turned out to be key.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think there might be more rivalry for that stealing record in this game?
I hope so, because that means they're hitting their way on base.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. It'd be nice to see them just rack up that record and keep breaking it.
It's going to be hard to break it, that's for sure. You'd have to have every series kind of go the distance.
Yes.
Pardon me. I gotta tell you, Pajkos is... So let's see here. He pitched 6 2/3 innings. He has pitched basically between 2 games, but still, he has pitched a shutout at this point against the Jinetes.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah. I am 4 characters away. And Pajkos not being the strikeout artist and still being able to get 4 punch-outs in this game is pretty impressive. I won't lie to you.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, big fan of that. Love to see our guy succeeding. See, Jan, this is, people may not be aware of this if you're watching for the first time or even the second, but this is Jan's first full-time season as a starter. Over the last couple of years, he's been one of those occasional like injury replacements that you get in a team, guys who
Yep.
basically exist as ballast for the rotation. And then this year, he just broke out in the biggest possible way.
It's great.
Just
It's great to see a guy develop properly.
exactly. And that's really what I think we're gonna see from now on. The level of development that's going on in the Navegadores pipeline is going to be very impressive. And I'm saying that because they sucked this year developmentally. They were not fun. 25-71 record in the rookie leagues.
Oh man.
But that's because all of them were relatively new to the game. In fact, some of you may be familiar with our sort of timeline representative, Noah McKinnon, on various socials. His grandfather, great grandfather, Adam, apparently in this reality was in the system.
Yes.
He played
We've
second
seen it.
base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nuts. We may actually get to see him play next year. We're hoping we'll get to catch a Malditos game now and again.
It's a small world.
After all, Jeremias Cabrera threw 4 innings on 48 pitches, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. That might be about to change as he faces Ham Underwood, who is 0 for 1 on the day. But let's hope Ham shuts me and all of us up.
That would be great.
Hard hit into left field, but right into Mauro Noriega's glove. A sinker hit hard and not the best catch of the game, but Noriega had it sized up. If he misses a step on the way there, that's a triple. Spike Stonehand comes up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 1 out, bases empty. Cabrera gets the sinker in there, 0-1. Misses with the second sinker, 1-1 now. Misses inside with the sinker, 2-1. 3
He
sinkers
heard
up.
you talking about, that sticker that he has. So
Yeah.
He's going to show it off.
Mm-hmm. 3 sinkers outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Nice.
Anyway, Stonehand grounds out to short. Rodriguez comes in for a bit on the hop, throws to first, and Stonehand is out. The lineup turns over, and this is where things are going to get interesting. Cabrera has gotten through a lineup twice on 53 pitches. Let's see if they can extend him a little bit more here on the third time around, starting with Feaster, who, of course, had that first pitch base hit. Hopefully, he's learned by now to hunt mistakes as he fouls that one off. That is a changeup. Left inside. Jammed Feaster up a little bit there. Grounds that one out to the pitcher himself. He throws to first. Is he going to hold on? No! He drops it. And Rob will be safe on base. What was that you said about that rivalry? Feaster will be safe with 2 outs and a man on first. Let's see if they're going to try this. It may not be the best idea. Here comes Vidal, who's 1 for 2. I would also like to note that once again that happened on a slider to a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
Vidal Santiago, 1 for 2 with a ribby on the day. And nope, they don't go on that one. A slider down and in for strike 1. Feaster not going on that first pitch or that one. It's outside for a ball. There he goes, and he is actually going to be caught. Wow. Dermot Mount finally figured him out. And the Navegadores will remain in front 2-0, but that's a rough one. Let's see. That puts him at, for the postseason, 21 on 27 attempts. I believe Benji is 21 on 25 attempts. and I am correct. Pajkos on 75 pitches here in the bottom of the fifth. If he can secure this inning, he's in line for the win. As he faces Orlando Martin, who is 1 for 2 on the day. He'll be facing the top of the lineup to get this fifth inning. Martin, of course, last time he came up, tripled off of Pajkos. This time, it goes right to Balk on the first pitch. He throws it to Feaster, and that's out number 1. Sometimes you're the guy who hits a triple. Sometimes you're the guy who grounds out on a fastball inside that could have been ball 1. That's baseball.
Yep.
Here comes Romulo Figueroa, who's over 2. 1 out, bases empty. Jinetes down by 2 as Pajkos gets a gift on that strike call. That was not in the zone. 0-1. That is swung on, hit to Centur. He's got it on the rolling, and he throws to Feaster as well for out number 2. So far, so good, but you know who's coming up next? That's right. It's Daddy Longlegs.
Oh, man.
Who's 1 for 1. Guy. Yep, who's 1 for 1 with a walk. A walk on the Welsh side of life, if you will.
Oh, boy.
2 outs, bases empty for him. Curveball in there for strike 1, so he is challenging him. He's not staying away from the zone just because it's Harry Jones. As he misses low with a screwball, 1-1. I was really hoping Harry Jones would end up in an 0-2 count because of something one particular audience member heard me say a while back that made him laugh very hard, but unfortunately, we're not going to get that here. Instead, Harry Jones is going to line that one right into Rob Feaster's glove to end the inning.
Nice.
We didn't even get to see it. That's how good that play was. No. No.
What's happening now?
It's going without a pause. I'm hitting escape like it's telling me to.
Oh, no.
Hello? What are you doing?
Is it replaying the same thing or
no?
New
It's
pitches?
It's the.
Oh.
I'm literally doing what you're asking me to do.
Can you pause it? And
It says hit escape to end it without pause. I'm hitting escape and it's not working.
Oh, man.
All right, let's see if we kind of let it settle down, maybe.
The sky has disappeared.
What in the hell?
Ooh, did he hit him?
Yes.
Lord.
So, second walk for Cabrera to put Santiago on base, and then he walks Centur. You have to hit 1. That's what you have to do. You have to hit 1. Not escape.
Okay.
1.
Well, good to know.
Oh, my God. Don't you love it when technology lies to you?
Yes. I like when it gives you a mysterious error, and it's like, error number, and it gives you a number, and you're like, I'm going to look this up and find out more, and there is no more. You look it up in a search engine, and it's just like, this error doesn't mean anything. Like,
yep.
Oh, good.
Yep. You found the mysterious error. Anyway,
Yeah.
We'll have to get back to that in a second here, because we need to let everybody know what's going on through 5 innings.
Yes. I think they're going to win this one. Are they going to win it? In a very good way that I don't want to say. Maybe. I'm going to say maybe.
Will says, is that the speed it plays at when you're live chatting and on Discord? Kind of, except the speed, yes, but that's because we play in one pitch mode, so you only see the result of each at bat. So if I'm doing it on Discord, I actually do call the game, but I usually say on a 1-2 count, blah 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 happens.
I always love to think about what they're eating the stands. I know we've talked about it a million times, but just delicious little fried things.
Toa Baja, yeah. I don't think they have anything particularly interesting there, so probably I really do think it would be tostones. That would be for me.
Wow.
I would imagine
Yeah.
the ball game food par excellence.
Yeah, that would be very good. Especially if it's like the longer like slabs where you can put stuff on top. Mm.
Wait, you just told me what it actually would be. It would be tostones, but more than that, it'd be bacalaitos.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how those are different. Are those the stuffed ones?
Those are the cod fritters,
Oh, of
the ones that are
course.
big and
Yes.
flat. Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Wait, that's something they would have? Baja is like the heights, right? Isn't it? Are they high up?
No, Baja is actually lower.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Incorrect then.
But
Okay.
even if that's not the case, it's. Oh geez, what am I trying to? It's. Oh my god.
You know, I should have remembered that because when you're doing relief work, carving,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
so I need to remember that.
Uh, I don't know if you cut out for in general, but
Oh,
you did cut out for me. So if you would care to repeat that.
when you're doing relief work, carving,
Uh huh.
low carving, like on a coin, is bas relief.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. You know what I've never realized now that I think of it, I've never thought about where Baja even comes from in the first place. Like the word itself,
It's got to go back to Latin, huh?
in some way, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, so bacalaitos are basically just this big round disc of codfish, shredded codfish, seasonings. It's basically what if a fish ball, but instead it's flat and
Hmm.
fried.
Hmm.
They're very easy to make. You can make a ton of them very quickly. You can make them in a bunch of different sizes. You can make them in a share size where kind of one person is holding it with a greasy napkin and everybody else just kind of takes turns picking bits and pieces off of it.
That sounds good.
They're very good. They're one of my favorite snacks.
I have made from the mix. I've made them, sort of, but the mix says add salted codfish. I can't find that. I don't know where to buy that. So I used fresh, and they were good, but I think I was not getting the true
If
experience.
you're if you have bacalaitos mix, you should not need to add salted codfish. The salted codfish is in the mix.
I don't know. It says on the back of the box,
This
add
is the
some
Goya
cod.
box.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell you got. Mine does not say that.
It recommended that I add cod, which I could not find, so I used fresh cod, and it was good, but not great.
Yeah,
So, there's
for
that.
for salted cod, you're gonna have to look for you want to look for the biggest Goya aisle
Frozen
in your
canned?
area
Mm,
because it is often trying to think where I find it at different stores. It's typically in because they did move it at one of mine.
okay.
Yeah, I don't remember where it is anymore.
Give me a clue. Is it frozen or is it canned?
It's neither. It's in a
Oh.
bag. It's refrigerated, but it's not
Oh.
frozen.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. It used to be in its own little special freezer with all of the other kind of Latine stuff,
Hmm.
like Oaxaca cheese and queso de freír and the weird yellow cheddar that we really like. That is somehow different. They call it Longhorn
Okay.
style cheddar. I don't know what that means.
Huh.
And Mexican crema and things like that. It was in that one, but they moved that fridge. That one's not there anymore. So I don't know where they put it now.
We haven't talked about this before because I have never seen such a fridge. I've only seen freezers of Latin American food.
Yes.
So,
Well, mine still has the cheeses and so on in a fridge in the cheese section. Like where you would get
okay.
like slices of cheddar or shredded mozzarella, that kind of thing. It has that.
Yeah. Yeah, in the ones I've been to, they just get a shelf amongst like Italian, Greek, and then, Latin cheeses.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got two on base on Jeremias Cabrera's second walk of the game and his first hit by pitch. And here comes Benji Valdez, who's 0 for 1. Two on and no outs. As Cabrera here Misses low with the slider, 1-0. From bajo, or from vulgar Latin basiare, from late Latin bassus. I wonder what bassus then means. I wonder if it means the low part of something.
Yeah, that sounds likely.
Yeah. Basiare with one S is to kiss, but this is with two S's. By the way, hi. That was a new arrival. As that fastball misses low, 2-0. Benji grounds it up the middle, and they're going to throw to second. So it'll be a fielder's choice because there will still be runners on the corners after that one. Good slide from Centur and Santiago will make it to third. Here comes Wally Balk, and I wonder if Benji's going to try and show off here. I wonder if he's going to go for 22nd steal.
Hope so.
Here we go. Wally Balk at the plate. As there's a pickoff attempt, but Valdez is back in plenty of time. They know what he's going to do. Not even close. Benji Valdez has stolen base number 22. Establishing the record.
I was going to say, Mount, he's the catcher, right? Mount should have caught that ball, jumped up, and thrown it to second immediately.
Yes.
Does that ever happen in real games, and then the runner didn't try it?
Well, yes. I don't think it happens very often. Because if you're a catcher, you're used to catching like 97 miles an hour.
Right.
So you can kind of say, you start throwing the ball, and if you see the runner's not going, then you just hold on and say, all right, fine, whatever.
Okay. I'm just wondering if anyone ever got a little trigger happy about that.
I'm sure they have. I mean, it's got to have happened, right? But it's one of those things that I think they really drill on catchers because that's a waste of your arm.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, 2 on, 1 out, 0-1. And by the way, during one of the games that I did on the Discord, it actually said mount up, but no throw.
Nice.
He's a real regulator behind the plate there. Bassus, late Latin, medieval Latin, thick, fat, stumpy, short, low, base. All the things you can fix with Scott's emotion. Legitimate.
Enhance them.
Legitimate emotion.
Enhance those things in your children.
Yeah, fix them. As in, like, make them permanent.
Yeah.
Sinker, misses low, 1-1. Swung on and fouled, 1-2 for Wally Balk. Spanked foul, for the record. As Cabrera misses wide with the slider, 2-2. Grounds it up the middle, and no one's going to get to that one. It is a RBI single. Do we want to try to run Benji home? We do, don't we? We absolutely do.
Yes.
Benji goes home, and that throw is off the catcher. 2 runs are going to score on the off-target throw from Zavala.
Woo!
And on the error, Bach will make it to second base. The Navegadores double their pleasure, double their fun. But most importantly, they double their lead. It's 4-0 Naguabo.
Incredible. I did not expect that.
Look at that. It's a ground out, up the middle, roller all the way to Norberto Zavala out there. He makes that throw, gets rid of the ball in plenty of time, and he would have made it. That would have been an out at the plate. But unfortunately, kicks off the catcher and apparently into the stands, where this person must be having a real uncomfortable experience right about now.
Yeah, we're seeing the real fan cam now.
Yeah. After this, he's going to try to take down the Shinra Corporation. That's the 3rd Final Fantasy VII reference I've made in this broadcast. In a second here, I'm gonna fill the limit break bar, and then we'll see where we are.
Moogle.
That's right, Kupo. Man on second with 1 out for Etao insured Lou, the font of wisdom himself. He's 1 for 2 with a ribby. As he knocks that one to Harry Jones at second, he goes to first. And that's out number 2. Balk on third for Frank de Castillo, who's 0 for 2. Cabrera here. 4 earned runs on the day. Still has a man on third to deal with. If Frank can flick this one into the outfield, that should score another run. Says, I don't remember if you're Seiler or Eiler. I don't remember where the last name begins. I heartily apologize. But says, I think this is a new version since I was last watching LMP. It very well may be. And we have seen some things in this simulation, not to go full Blade Runner on you, that you would not believe. One of these games ended. It's C. Seiler. Okay, I guess right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience here. Being a teacher in my day job, I hate butchering names. Your next sports league will be Chocobo Racing. Don't even joke about that.
Yeah. Now there's...
If they ever make a simulator of that, the LMP can go find a different Gacetero, and we're just doing that for eternity.
Oh, but not playing that card game. Remember that awful card game? Man,
you're going to have to narrow that down.
Yeah, right?
This is a real that's on me. I set the bar too low meme. There's Triple Triad. There's the one from 9.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the one from 7 specifically, because I could never figure it out. But
I don't even remember there being a card game in that one. I haven't gotten that far in it. And there was, of course, also Blitzball in 10.
Yes.
Yeah. I got pretty good at Blitzball after a while because it's an RPG. You just level up the characters enough and you're good.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I ever played 10.
It was fun. Sphere grids, a lot of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Frank, 2 outs, man on third, as he watches that slider miss, 1-0. We are going to get Jos and Catol going in the pen just in case. Actually, they probably don't need to be up in the pen quite yet. They're already ready to go, so it might not be a good idea. They might get tired.
True.
But we have seen one of these games that we did in Discord ended, and I still have no idea. I need to talk to some people I know who watch a lot of baseball at every level to see if they've ever seen this. One of these games ended with Benji, the Navegadores shortstop. A ball was hit to his right. He picked it up with both gloves, facing towards third, straightened up, and with his right arm took the ball and threw it behind him to second base without looking.
Jeez.
Now, there are shortstops that have the right body type to maybe be able to do that. Ellie De La Cruz, O'Neal Cruz, Carlos Correa. I'm sure there are guys who could do Andrelton Simmons, I'm sure could have done it. Probably other guys whose last names aren't also Spanish names that begin with the letter C. But the thing about it is that I don't think I've ever seen someone do that, and it would be such a wild move in real life, and such a show-off move to no-look throw around your own body behind you.
Yeah. That's when you're really in the baseball drift.
Mm-hmm. Slider and sinker both missing. That's a strike for sure. Sinker low in the zone. 2-1. Misses again with the sinker. 3-1 now. Cabrera now at 78 pitches. De Castillo fouls that one off hard. Lets him know. No, I'm going to give you this strike. You see if you can come get me now. Full count. Big payoff pitch coming for Jeremias Cabrera on his 80th pitch. Knocks that one down the third baseline, but it is fouled.
Oof.
So we'll keep going. Frank, that's his second foul into his own dugout. You just know everyone in there is angry at him right now.
Mm-hmm. They're sick of him.
Payoff pitch number 2 coming right up. By the way, this has been nothing but, after that first pitch, it has been nothing but sinkers.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Frank launches that ball. It is all the way into left center. Hits off the wall, and they'll have to play it on a bounce. With Frank's speed, that could be easily a triple. And sure enough, as that throw hits the bounce on the ground and comes up short, Frank De Castillo has an RBI triple.
Wow. He did not need to go that hard, and he did.
He woke up tonight and chose violence. This afternoon.
He woke up this afternoon?
He sure did. Yeah. Navegadores score another one on the Del Castillo triple. It is now 5-0 Navegadores as they have exploded here in the top of the sixth against Jeremias Cabrera. Here comes Ham Underwood with a man on third and 2 outs. Let's see if Cabrera can get him out. Says C. Seiler, they didn't hustle much on that throw-in. They sure didn't. You are exactly correct, sir. Sinker is outside, 1-0. Is that going to be a strike? Nope. Sinker misses just barely. 2-0 this time. He really loves spamming that sinker, huh? Fastball is in there at the knees. He heard me talking.
Mm-hmm.
That is flown, and fouling. It is way past gentleman's point. Noriega making like he's going to chase it down, but he does not. I think Pajkos is going to insist on taking this inning now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at this. How many pitches has he thrown? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So they forced 26 pitches out of him in this single inning.
Amazing.
Ham Underwood is at full count. Here comes another payoff pitch.
Woo!
Knocks down foul. So we'll have another one. Payoff pitch number 2. Knocks that one right to Martin. He holds on to it and goes to first base for the out. But Jeremias Cabrera walked into that inning somewhere north of 60 pitches and left it at 87. Naguabo scores 3 runs on 2 hits and more than doubles their lead to 5-0. The Jinetes have got to get something going in this inning if they want to salvage this game at all.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think the Navegadores are going to let them do it, you're off your rocker.
Yep.
Jan Pajkos, 85 pitches over 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He will face Pavon, Borrego, and Noriega with Jos and Cato ready to go in the pen. Pavon last time lined out to center field. This time he lines out right to Rob Feaster on 1 pitch. Look at how disrespectful that grab was. He doesn't even put the glove up until it's right in front of him.
Just scoops it right up.
Yep. He's just like, I don't even need to bother.
Mm-hmm.
Borrego comes up. He's over 2 on the day. Down on strikes both times he's come up. Pajkos lets him have a low fastball for ball 1. Misses wide with the fastball, 2-0. And misses again. Stonehand goes out to talk to Pajkos and says, basically, what the hell are you doing?
Uh-huh.
Why is that a hitter's count? Let's see what's going to happen now. If Pajkos has calmed down a little, he has. Goes for the gentleman's strike right down the middle. Borrego lets him have it, which honestly, given how the rest of this game has gone for him, is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Goes again. Borrego lines that one to Valdez. Another equally disrespectful grab.
That just flitted right over to his glove like a little bird.
Mm-hmm. He just took a couple steps over to his left and just poked it out of the air.
Yep.
2 outs for Mauro Noriega, who is over 2 on the day. 2 down in the 6th for Toa Baja as Pajkos misses low with the fastball, 1-0. He's at past 90 pitches now. Pajkos can, for the record, for those of you who might be worrying about his pitch count, he can easily go 120, 130, no problem. That has not been an issue in the past, but we will definitely be watching. We want to give him the chance of getting a complete game, but especially with a non-save situation here, if they start crawling, getting back into the game, then we'll see. We have no interest in making it a shutout just for no reason. Strike is in there, 1-1. Misses low again with the fastball, 2-1 now. That is swung on and missed. I don't know what he thought he was getting, but it was not a fastball way away, so he completely whiffs on it. And it's 2-2 now. Let's see if Pajkos can wrap this up on his next pitch. That is hit hard, but it's hit right to Centaur. He's got it, throws to first, and we are through 6. Jan Pajkos, 6 scoreless against the most potent offense in the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña. The score remains 5-0. We're going to have another word from our sponsors and alert everybody, and when we come back, we've got the bottom third of this game ready to go. I'm stepping away momentarily. Louisa, the booth is yours.
Thank you. Folks, I want to tell you about Electric Light SA. That's the Sociedad Anónima. This is the anonymous society about electric lights.
Sociedad Anónima.
Thank you. I am very bad at pronouncing things on the fly. Not in English, though. I'm good at that one. That's the one thing I've got. Don't let me have this. 24-hour service. Current continues at low tension. There is no danger. A lot of questions are being asked, but there is no danger, so don't even worry about it. Installation services available for individual houses, public lighting, fans, and all kinds of engines. Specialty in generators for electric lighting for town centers and haciendas. Constant existence of electrical fuel at prices equal to New York. Care, speed, punctuality. Plus, materials are some of the best made. Call by phone and you will immediately have our employees to satisfy your needs. The office is in San Justo 9, P.O. Box 475. Jaime Cifre, Administrator. I love the idea of an electric light society, anonymous society. It sounds extremely exciting. Sounds like a cool podcast, perhaps. And yet, it's about 24-hour electrical service. I wonder how wide-ranging their work was. Don't have any info on that. And I said it before, but it's interesting to me that claiming your fuel prices are equal to New York is a real selling point. Because apparently, fuel would have been much less expensive there than on the island. It's for the best that we don't have private companies offering us electrical services, but I do have to wonder how they worked.
The commissioner has graced us with his presence.
Oh, he's the best.
For those of you who are unfamiliar, the commissioner is my dog.
The best commissioner.
Mm-hmm. New York prices, by the way. Yep, there we go. Sociedad Anónima is kind of incorporated. It's the same idea. You don't know who the shareholders are. Although these days, I think usually you do. But the nomenclature has been pretty set in stone by this point.
Okay.
I have two things. Number one, New York prices would have been much cheaper because you don't have to import fuel to New York. Whereas you do to the island like everything else. So that would have been a huge issue. Second, and perhaps slightly more importantly in this case, Tired Electric Light Orchestra, Wired Electric Light Anonymous Society.
Yes, there we go. That's what we were missing.
The commissioner has now realized that I closed the door while I'm recording so nobody else in the house can hear.
Yeah.
And is not happy about this state of affairs that no one made him engage with, and he could have easily had not a care in the world.
Part of his duties are checking up on everything that's going on, but he needs to keep circulating. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pen him in. He's not going to stand for that. Anyway, commissioner for life, best baseball commissioner that has ever existed.
Oh, 100%. I don't even think that it's basically him, Bart Giamatti. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. Whoa, got the wrong number of the inning. Can't be doing that.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I also really need Jan to hit to get another strikeout.
Are you going to leave him in the whole game, you think, at this point?
I mean, there's competing interests there. On the one
Yeah.
hand, he certainly deserves to get as long as he wants to pitch.
Yeah.
On the other, I would like to show off some of our other arms that have also been important,
Mm-hmm.
especially since the bullpen is kind of a big part of why this team in particular is so much fun to work with.
Yeah. Especially since we hope that the series will be ending tonight.
Mm-hmm. So here goes nothing. Top of the 7th. Let me see if the commissioner will want to flee. If I open the door here. There he goes.
Yeah.
All right. Top of the 7th. Jeremias Cabrera, 6 innings, 88 pitches, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 0 strikeouts. That's right, 0 strikeouts. I want to point out, strikeouts are the whole reason Jeremias Cabrera exists. He struck out 246 batters this year, and last year struck out another 229. That's kind of his whole thing.
Wow.
And despite that, could not make it work in the playoffs against the Naves. At least, actually, last time he struck out 8, but he also walked 5. So it's impossible to tell whether he was good or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here goes nothing. He faces Spike Stonehand, who is returning to normal by being 0 for 2 against a good pitcher. Changeup, high in the zone, but in the zone, so it'll be called strike 1. Misses inside with the changeup 1-1. And misses again. Stonehand checks his swing in time on the slider, makes it 2-1. Stonehand has shown a lot of plate discipline this year that we really weren't expecting.
Yeah.
And he's being rewarded there. Spike Stonehand with a big boy extra base hit into center field. That's going to be a double.
Amazing.
The fact that Spike Stonehand and all 100 plus kilograms of him went into a slide for that one, chef's kiss. This man is my favorite batter on this entire team.
Yeah. They don't even need to try anymore, really, but they are still trying.
You may notice, by the way, that we didn't pinch hit Pablo Salmeron for him. That's because Pablo has had abysmal luck in the playoffs.
Oh, no.
He's batting 167.
Oh, poor guy.
So Stonehand, the defensive wizard, is batting better than the guy who's supposed to be the designated hitter behind him.
Ugh, that's such a shame.
Now that I think of it, Pablo might be the DH next season with Min-Soo Kim filling in now and again.
Okay.
Says C. Seiler, bad seats with that girder right in front of the camera guy. Yeah, very unfortunate. Here comes the top of the lineup once again, Rob Feaster with a man on second, no outs. Obstructed seating in the extreme as that ball is flown out express to Mauro Noriega. A slider, and he got him this time. He got him to swing at a slider up and away, and nothing doing on that one. 1 out, man on second for Vidal Santiago, who's 1 for 2 with a walk and a ribby on the day. Vidal used to be one of the most consistent bats in the lineup. That hasn't really worked. The name of his game was consistency. You were going to get, what did he hit this year? He hit 293. You were going to get 280, 290. Decent on-base work. Not a whole lot of doubles and triples, but enough to, kind of make it work. And okay left field defense. That's what the promise was. And then during most of the postseason, he just kind of went cold. But here, that changeup misses low, and we've got ourselves a buffet of an inning. Ball strike, runner, and out. Santiago goes to Jones for 1, and that'll be a ground out. I thought for sure that was going to get past him.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It didn't, but Stonehand will be on third for the hottest hitter in the Naguabo lineup, Jacques Centur, who is 0 for 2 on the day. And we're going to be going to the bottom of the 7th, so yeah, Jos and Catola are still the guys to have. Anbar will... we save Anbar for the 8th, pardon me. As he misses the changeup completely, 0-1, I have a feeling the Centurion is about to embarrass me.
Uh-oh.
Changeup misses low, 1-1. Knocks that one into right center. That is going to fall.
Oh, man. It worked.
It is a double for the Centurion. So I guess it's actually just
How to do?
Yeah. The Navegadores extend their lead to 6-0 on the RBI double. Oh man, I do know this in French and now I can't remember. I want to say it's Carrier Impulsé from the Centurion. I know in Spanish it's Carrera Impulsada, and I remember that it's fairly similar. Because unfortunately I do know a number of French MLB fans.
That's funny.
Yes, it's hilarious. It's not nearly as funny as French NFL fans. Nothing beats seeing a gif of, like, Kirk Cousins throwing a ball and a guy going, "Ole touchdown!"
The French society immediately has him killed.
Yes. The guy I know the most does kind of look like what if Jean Reno were a baseball fan. And now I just want a movie of that guy's life and how he came to be so into baseball with Jean Reno playing his part.
Oh, of course. That'd be great.
Yep. Jacques Centur extends the inning, so we're going to sit down Jos because he's tired. And we're going to end Catol. And we're going to bring Benji Valdez in. He's over 2. 2 outs, man on second. Let's see if they can make it. Oh, hello! Didn't even notice. That knocked Jeremias Cabrera out of the game.
Oh, man.
It'll now be Edgar Murillo, now pitching for the Jinetes de Toa Baja. Number 8, Edgar Murillo. He has pitched 6 innings in the postseason, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Murillo has a fastball and a changeup. This ought to be fun. During the regular season, he pitched in 4 games for the Jinetes, winning 3 of them. A total of 26 outs, over which he struck out 8, allowed 3 hits and walked 3, and did not allow any runs whatsoever. So let's see how this goes with Benji Valdez, his first batter. He, swings and misses right through a changeup. 0-1 is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Swings and misses right through a fastball. 0-2. After a guy who throws a sinker, has a curveball and a slider and so on, a fastball changeup guy is going to be, well, no pun intended, a change of pace.
Uh-huh.
Everything is straight on, but whether it's fast or slow is the dimension you got to get used to. He doesn't have a true breaking ball. So Valdez, 1-2 on Murillo. And he got him. Edgar Murillo strikes out Benji Valdez to end a damaging 7th inning. As Jan Pajkos will take the 7th. Fine. Sing it. Oh, now you stop.
Sometimes they really get into it, and then sometimes
they
don't.
It's very strange when that happens. I do not understand it at all.
Yeah.
Pajkos will start this inning. He's at 96 pitches over 6 innings with 4 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. And he will face Zavala, Mount, and Rodriguez. Zavala is 1 for 2. He had that lucky base hit earlier. And I think he... Oh, hello. Screwball misses outside 1-0. Misses way inside with a fastball 2-0. He is starting to get a little bit tired, so maybe it's time to put him to bed. Fastball misses low, and that's one of the fastest ones he's thrown all game. Quick hitters count for Zavala, and he's in danger here, Pajkos. He goes for the gentleman's strike. Fastball down the middle. Zavala lets him have it, but let's see if he can stay in the zone. Ooh, he gets a swinging strike on the fastball. So this will be a payoff pitch.
Here we go.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is strikeout number 5.
Nice.
All, except for that first pitch, which was a screwball, all fastballs.
Amazing.
Give him nothing but heat. Pretty amazing. Here comes Dermot Mount, who is also 1 for 2. He grounded out to Balk here. Mount is going to ground out to Valdez this time. Benji's got it, throws over to first, and that is out number 2. Here comes, let's see, Tomas Rodriguez coming up next, 0 for 2. And on one pitch, he grounds out right back to Valdez. And the same exact thing happens.
Wow.
Was stretching, so probably missed the outs. Lines were too long. Yeah, it was a very quick inning. That was what, like 5 pitches or something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitches. That might be his quickest inning of the game.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Yeah, hang on here. I'm gonna say, yeah, Wait. No, that was a Naguabo inning. Yep, that was his fastest inning of the game in the 7th.
Nice. It's not messing around.
If that's how he's gonna be, I'm gonna leave him in. You don't take a pitcher out when he's like that.
Yeah.
He is, as the kids say, locked in. All right, 1 second. Let's make sure everybody knows how well this is going, because this is ridiculous. After the years that we've been watching this team, I want you to tell me, does this seem like the Navegadores that you're used to? Will,
no.
You talk about this, and you've talked about this before. Were you expecting to see this when you decided to watch this stream?
Oh, man. Okay, are you going to say something? I cannot believe there's no sound.
Well, I'm currently posting the update for the inning.
But you didn't say that because I would have said things.
Okay, yes, but I did say at the beginning of the game that I was going to be doing this every inning.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when you're about to launch into a new thing to say, or when I should just babble about food served at the parks. I do love the idea of fried things and grilled things served at a ballpark. Everything's so messy now in the real world nowadays. If I can be Andy Rooney for a second, but in my mind, back then they would have, as you said, tostones, pinchos, things that are easy to eat that aren't going to make a mess of your nice clothes.
Yes.
And I like that. I like the idea of it.
I wonder if at the time they would have been served in maybe like thicker napkins or some such. You know, something that would have been more substantial and maybe help with a mess factor. It also occurs to me that deep frying would have been a very different proposition at the time.
Yes, very true. What about leaves? What about banana leaves? What do we think about that?
As in, would they have been food that was served, do you mean?
No, I mean for napkins.
Oh. You know, very often the farmer's cheese in Puerto Rico is served on a banana leaf.
Hmm.
Like it's wrapped up in one, so you could see that. I
Yeah,
don't know
they
how
seem
good they
very
are.
handy.
I
Hmm?
don't know how good they are at holding in things like grease though. I
Okay,
mean,
fair
they're
enough.
used to bake things, but you're trying to impart flavor. You're not using that to hold in things. So,
Yeah. I'm trying to think, would anyone have napkins as we know them now at the turn of the 20th century? I don't think so, but they would probably have like butcher paper or something that would be
yes,
absorbent.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking. It would be something
Okay.
thicker, more substantial. It wouldn't be something easily disposable like now.
Yeah.
So this is the beginning of that though. Like you're
Yeah.
getting frankfurters, hamburgers, ice cream, all of those
Hmm.
fair foods kind of have their start in this era. So I
True.
could imagine that. Also, one thing that we did forget to mention that would absolutely be being served here is alcapurrias. Those are the ones that it's plantain.
Fritters?
Yes, it's
Mm,
plantain and yuca dough. You stuff it
yes.
with ground beef and other seasonings, or really whatever you want, but ground beef is a traditional one. And then you deep fry the fritter. And if you're in
Oh
Trujillo
man.
Alto, and longtime mascot bowl watchers will know this, if you're in Trujillo Alto, you use entirely plantain dough, which makes it a B.5 to work with and impossible to mass produce. And the result is called a macabeo instead.
Yes. Those sound so good and so good to eat at a ballpark as well.
So here comes Wally Bogg. He's 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in after he had that 2 run single earlier that Valdez took advantage of to run home. And he will face Edgar Murillo, who pitched 1 out on 4 pitches, a strikeout of Benji Valdez. Bach fouls off that one. A fastball sent away. Let's see. Bach misses, or rather, Murillo misses Bach with a fastball that goes away, and it's ball one. Fastball misses inside, 2-1. Pardon me, fouls that one off. It is a changeup, 2-2. Working on his timing there. Bach being a fastball hitter, I think, is going to make this an interesting matchup. And sure enough, he gets his second base hit of the night. Bounces one through Orlando Martin's legs, and it'll be a single to lead off the inning.
All right. They really aren't giving up, are they?
No, they're not. And they know how this went down last year. They're not giving these Jinetes a single chance.
Uh-huh.
They are going to hold
No
them
quarter
down.
given.
They are going to hold them down until the bubbles stop.
Hmm.
Although, granted, well, Sherlu has a hit today, but I do kind of want to see if Minsu Kim can do anything here. That could be fun.
Yeah, it
And
could
it
be
wouldn't
fun.
and it wouldn't sacrifice defense is the thing. Yeah, let's try it.
All right.
Now batting for the Navegadores de Naguabo number 23, Minsu Kim. Uh, One day, Minsu Kim is going to hit so many home runs that it is going to look ridiculous. I have taken, when I talk to people who know about this league, I have taken to call him Cordon Alvarez because he is a Korean Bucheron, is what he is.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is going to be his first ever postseason at bat. You can see the spray there. He loves to pull the ball. He might be the only hitter on this entire roster with the raw power to make it over the wall. So if anybody can homer, it's him.
Hmm.
Let's see what happens. Oh my god. Don't tell me he's going to do it.
No, he didn't.
No, just
Okay.
barely.
Oh man.
Missed it, but his first postseason at bat is a base hit.
Yeah.
Min Soo Kim tripled in the national championship and
Incredible.
batted in a run.
Amazing.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
His stats have to be insane.
Well, they're not yet. That's the thing. He's only he's only 20, so you can see there the potential is there. He's going to be
Yeah.
an incredible hitter, but not quite yet. And he's not fast at all. And he did that on a changeup. Imagine what he would have done at full power. I cannot believe.
This isn't even his final form.
This is correct. And this is not normal from the Navegadores. Some of you will remember last year's Game 5 was 22 innings of agony waiting for them to lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are watching this team just absolutely hammer another one.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Frank de Castillo to add to the misery. He's 1 for 3 with a ribby. Ooh, okay, he fouled that one off. 0-1. Swings right through that one, and it's 0-2 now. Oh, wait, what am I doing? There's no outs. Murillo misses inside with the changeup, 1-2. Oh, he got him. Murillo strikes out his second batter there. He will now face Ham Underwood, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Man on third and 1 out.
Ham, do it.
Ham lines that one down the right field line, but very foul. Man, I mean, it left the park.
Come on, Ham.
0-1. Murillo misses low, almost hits that one on the plate. It's a fastball, 1-1 now. And follows that up with what I think is going to be also a low changeup this time, 2-1. Changing the speeds there, try to catch him off guard, but he doesn't go. That's going to be strike 2 with the fastball. Bit of an ump call there, but, I mean, they're leading 7-0. At this point, the umpire's just being nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then he misses again with a fastball. No umpire's going to call that a strike. Well, everyone watching definitely knows at least one umpire who will. So this is full count, and this will be a payoff pitch for Murillo's 20th of the game. Ooh! Underwood stays with it and fouls it off, so we'll have to go again. Payoff pitch number 2 coming up. Knocks that one into right field, and it falls! Min-Soo Kim is going to score on the Underwood single. It's an RBI single from Ham Underwood, 10th hit of the game for the Navegadores, and it is now 8-0.
I did not expect the game to go this well.
And you know what's going to happen now, right?
What are you doing?
Well, for one, I am going to pinch hit Pablo because I was not expecting Spike to get another at-bat.
Nice.
But also, you know what's going to happen on this next pitch, right? I'm trying to prepare you emotionally.
Are we going to look at him getting his ass thrown out on a steal?
Yes, that is exactly what's about to happen. You know it. I know it. Will knows it. C. Seiler probably knows it.
Maybe this time. Maybe this time he can do it right.
Actually, he should be able to. Edgar Murillo has a hold rating of 3 out of 100.
All right.
So if he gets thrown out, you really do need to yell at him harder than you ever have before.
All right. Keep that in mind.
Here we go. Pablo, make us proud. There he goes. Not even a throw.
Yeah!
Oh, you got to be kidding me. That didn't count. It's not a stolen base.
Why not?
They gave it to him.
Oh, man.
The catcher didn't even get out of his stance because he figured with Underwood on second. Wait, actually, no, that makes no sense. It's just defensive indifference.
Huh.
Yeah, so they don't credit you with a stolen base because the catcher didn't even try to throw you out.
That stinks.
Well, let's see if Pablo can make them pay for that one.
Yeah.
We have a running joke here that Underwood gets thrown out every time he tries to steal on screen, even though he's a very good base thief whenever we simulate. This year, stole 76 out of Well, stole literally two out of every three attempts. Last year he did even better. When he bats leadoff, he seems to do very well, except when he's on screen. That seems to be the issue.
He's got that power that Cal Mitchell has in Mystery Men, where he's
Yes.
invisible as long as no one's looking at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should just try running the bases naked. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, 1-0 count. Hit hard right to Harry Jones at second. Underwood will make it to third, and Salmeron will be out. Boy, he is not having a good time this series. It's down to 158.
Oh, dear.
That'll bring Rob Feaster, who's 1 for 4, with a man on third and 2 outs. Feaster watches that fastball miss outside, 1-0. And that is a big, big pop-up over the infield. Looks like it's Figueroa who's going for it. And he's got it. Nope, Rodriguez ends up grabbing it. But not before another 2 runs scored on another 3 hits. None of them on errors. Naguabo has put 8 runs on the Jinetes, and they have 3 more outs to go. And that's just to score. They also have... That's the outs during which they can score.
Yeah.
They are 6 outs away from a national championship sweep. Jan Pajkos at 104 pitches, staying in the game against the top of the lineup. Orlando Martin, 1 for 3 on the day. Jan Pajkos is at 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Martin had that triple that came to naught earlier in the game, as Pajkos misses lone outside with that fastball. 1-0. Yeah. C. Seiler says, almost feel bad for them, and honestly, so do I. This is a team that has spent a lot of money to get good at baseball. They were, at one point, the most... And then says, not really, go Navs. Fair enough. I do feel bad, because this is a team that has spent a lot of money to get really good at baseball. They go after top talent. They've assembled one of the greatest teams in the league. But also, you know what? The Naves deserve this. So,
Yeah.
1-1 count. And we deserve this. We have suffered long enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that call does not sit well at all with one Orlando Martin, and he steps out to regroup. I don't know what he's complaining about. It's pretty much near the zone. 1-2 count. See if Pajkos here collects. Martin fouls that one away. So we'll stay at 1-2. Fouls that one off as well. A fastball and a changeup. I don't know, Pajkos. Maybe try something up in the zone? He misses low with the ball, and it's 2-2. Oh, man, that could have been strike 3. You could have called it that.
Yeah, really.
Chill out. Martin hits that one to Valdez. He's got it, throws. That's going to be a bad throw. He rushed it. And sure enough, he'll be on base. It's a reach on error, second error of the game, both by Benji. And Martin will be on base to lead off the inning with no outs. So here comes Romulo Figueroa, who is 0 for 3. Luckily, I think Martin, you might be able to attract him into trying to break for second. Let's see if it'll work. That pitch is curveball is by him for a ball, 1-0. So is that one. This might be Pajkos' last batter.
Uh-oh.
Okay, he can throw in the zone still. I'm not worried they'll get anything going in this inning. The Jinetes are holding off for the 9th inning rally.
Uh-huh.
Curveball hit foul, 2-1. That is swung on and hit into center field. Yep, we should have pulled him. All right, that'll put runners on the corners with no outs.
It's greedy, but at this point, I really just don't want Toa Baja to score.
Yeah, well, you might be out of luck on this one.
Ugh.
Let's see, are any of the other guys ready? Would Catol still be ready? Nah, he's gone cold. Okay. Harry Jones, how much better is he against lefties is the question. He's about the same. How did he do against lefties? He did a lot better than he did against righties. Like, absurdly better. Like, he had an on-base percentage of 500 against them.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're going to ride with Pajkos for now, see if he can at least get the cheap out. Jones is 1 for 2 on the day.
There we go.
I got excited when I heard the music because I knew that meant he wouldn't do anything.
They love that.
0-1 count. Screwball strike, 0-2. Ugh, just barely missed on the third screwball there, and it's 1-2 now, as Jones holds up. Also, you're a righty throwing screwballs to a righty. What are you doing? Misses inside with the fastball, 2-2. He's still throwing gas, too. He's rated at maximum 153, and he's throwing 155 here.
Wow.
Jones fouls that one away. He's saying, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to let you come to me. Pajkos at 120 pitches. Misses inside. Oh, boy. All right. Well, we made our bet. Now we have to line it. This is payoff pitch number 1. And he walks him. Well,
oh, boy.
Now we're going to see what Kareem Ambar can do.
All right.
We're bringing in, now pitching for the Navegadores, number 10, Kareem Ambar. Over the postseason, he has pitched 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, and a walk. Ambar is a slider and sinker guy. Jack Catole will be warming up in the pen behind them. And he will face, they're pinch hitting for Miguel Pavon with Rafael Verduzco. He's hitting 266 in the postseason, 726 OPS. No home runs, but 13 runs batted in. He's not that much better against lefties than the other guy was. Weird. All right, let's see what he'll do. Ambar was a trade acquisition from the Telegrafistas as he misses with a sinker low, 1-0. Sinker is in there, strike 1. Misses low with a sinker, 2-1. That is swung on and fouled, so it'll be 2-2. Ambar is the lefty side armor replacement to Ricard Gotmo, the Swedish blunder, who turned 30 last season and was therefore cut loose.
Oh, shame.
2-2 count.
That Logan's Run blinking light.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he fouls it off. Okay, 2-2. He goes to Ambar. Ambar throws home. That's out number 1. Throws to first, and they did not get him.
Oof, so close.
Prevent. What?
What happened?
Oh, no. Okay, the safe call was at first base. So they do cut off the run.
Okay.
But the bases remain loaded with 1 out.
Okay, it's better than they were doing a minute ago.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Osmundo Borrego, who's over 3 on the day. Says C. Seiler ageism. Yes, that is exactly what it is. The sponsor of the Navegadores had 2 rules. For the most part, players had to be of all different nationalities so that they spoke as many languages as possible and came from as many cultural backgrounds as possible. And they were to be released to the market when they turned 30. His justification for this to the other sponsors was, I'm getting all these good players, I'm developing them, and then I'm letting you have them. And the part he did not mention to the other sponsors or to his own players is that this was an excellent way to keep them from organizing. Because if a player turned 30 after a few years of service, they were a veteran, they were well respected in the clubhouse, and then they get shown the door.
Makes sense. Terrible.
Yeah, the 1900s and 1910s were a weird time for that. In the 1920s, things changed decidedly in favor of the players. Okay, 1 out, base is still loaded for Osmundo Borrego, who is over 3. First pitch to him is swung on, lifted into left field, but foul. So that'll be strike one. 0-1. He fouls that one off as well. It's 0-2. It is all about the money, you're right. Swung on, lifted to center field. Ham's got it. He's going to make the throw. Are they going to hold? You have got to be kidding me! That's a double play!
What?
I cannot
Why?
believe what I just saw.
How?
Kareem Anbar, the Tunisian on a mission, just stranded the bases loaded.
What happened to the Naves we are familiar with? Oh, here we go.
Line out to center field. Underwood brings it in, releases the throw immediately, and gets it right on target.
Wow.
What a beautiful play to erase all of those runners. And Kareem Anbar, again, the level, the temperature of this man's blood has got to be absolute zero. It doesn't matter what situation he comes into, he is incredible.
Yep.
And I wanted you to see that. I knew if I could get Pajkos into the 8th, I knew that was the inning we were going to pull him. I was not expecting to bring him Kareem with the bases loaded. I was certainly not expecting that. I expected we'd be looking right now at 8-1, maybe even 8-2. We are looking at 8-0 because Kareem Anbar is a beast.
I was saying, what happened to the Naves we're familiar with who get 1-0, get up by 1, and then immediately coast until the other team catches up and surpasses them? They are trying so hard this entire time.
They're having a party out there.
Yeah.
They're loving this. And here's the thing. We could even, if we wanted to get real cheeky, we could bring in Ted Balloon at some point during this inning and have him hit.
Uh-huh.
Now, would he be good at it? No, but it would be funny. Okay, Edgar Murillo faces Vidal Santiago. He's 1 for 3 with a ribby. We're going to have...
I think it would be adding insult to injury to bring in Ted Balloon to hit some of these batters when they're about to lose the game anyway.
No. I didn't say to pitch. I said as a pinch hitter.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That's why it would be funny.
That would be funny.
Okay, gets him on the outside corner for strike 1. Murillo had 26 pitches here. You don't care about his stats, and neither do I. Oh, wait a second. We forgot to tell everybody about the 8th inning.
Ooh.
We got to do that. Got to summarize this inning, because that was hilarious.
Yep.
Oh, man. The copy text is just absolutely bonkers now.
8 runs through the 8th.
Oh, no, I mean that I mean when I try to copy the last post I made, it just goes haywire.
I'm just saying something pithy.
Oh, yeah.
While you're busy.
No, 8 runs through the 8th. I mean, you're right. This is completely... It would... Also, Will is correct. It would be very funny to bring in Ted to just bean a couple dudes for no reason.
You do have... so insulting.
Yes, it would. He's actually... I don't think he hit a guy in his last... No, he did. But that was...
Of course he did.
Okay, first of all...
How could you doubt it?
He's had a start where he didn't in the postseason, but more importantly, he only hit the catcher because the catcher hit Wally Balk twice. And Benji once, maybe? I feel like 3 Naves got hit. A total of 3 Naves.
Alright. Fair enough.
Anyway, I need to summarize this inning for everybody because this was wild.
Mm-hmm. I hope Somarone does better next year, poor guy.
Yeah. It's a postseason sample size thing. He'll be fine. And, by the way, I'm just going to say this since we do have 4 viewers, which for us is a bounty. Thank you very much for being here. We do have another LNP version that we kind of run to test things out to see how different components would work if we tried them out in this one. And I
Mhm.
just want to say one thing we've been trying out is the idea of a World Cup.
Uh-huh.
So that may be coming if we can make sure that if we can balance it out to work exactly correct. You might be seeing some Puerto Rico national team uniforms pretty soon.
Nice.
Noted big boy Min Soo Kim in his postseason debut hits a triple, of course. On
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find out when he scored. Kim himself came in on a Ham Underwood
Served up with ham.
base hit. Sure did. The bottom half, and we're gonna find the Tunisian flag. Tunisian on a mission might be my favorite nickname that we've come up with this year.
That is a good one.
Yeah. Kareem Anbar strands the bases loaded. He's oh my god. He might be my favorite off-season acquisition for 1904.
He's pretty good.
It's everybody who's watched enough LMP knows how much I love bullpen arms. I think they are absolutely the unsung heroes of baseball. In that they are these guys that you call on to clean up a mess. They are paid a lot less than basically anybody unless they're the closer. Uh, played by Kira Sedgwick. And it's incredible to me how mad everybody gets at them. And it's like, dude, they make so much less money than anybody else. They have to be sitting on they have no margin of error,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone gets mad at them if they allow a run,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
anything goes wrong. And it's like, get mad at the starting pitcher, get mad at the offense for not showing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's handy to have one guy to be like, it's all his fault.
Exactly. So that's why, for me, the fact that we got such an absolute cold blooded eighth inning arm, I mean, he's incredible. In fact, Burford wanted to install him as the closer.
Interesting.
But unfortunately, we already promised that role. And also, lefty side armor is a hilarious archetype for a closer because most batters are right handed. And from a sidearm delivery, you are giving them as long as possible to look at those pitches.
Yeah, that seems like a bad thing.
It is. It's not a good thing. Anyway, here comes Vidal Santiago, who's 1 for 3 with a ribby. He's a 1-1 count off of Murillo. Swung on and hit through Figueroa at third. That's good. Rolling all the way to the wall, and Vidal Santiago produces the 11th base hit for the Navegadores. So we keep going with this one. A double for Vidal Santiago, his second hit of the ball game. And since Jacques apparently wants to test the free market, we're going to go ahead and put in Ted Balloon to pinch hit since he can also play second base.
Oh no.
Well, this is going to be hilarious. Ted, I believe, has had, let's see, he actually hit horrendously in 1904. Just a 172 average. But he only played in 33 games and only started one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also the problem of, like, if you're being used as a pinch hitter all the time, this is going to happen. So let's see what he brings to the table here against Murillo, who's at 28 pitches. Man on second and no outs. He's batting 167 as a pinch hitter, so he actually did very well in that game where he was starting. Sorry, I'm letting the person who created Ted Balloon know that Ted Balloon is currently pinch hitting. 1-0 count. Looks like that was a changeup and a fastball. And the fastball is called a strike, even though it's right next to the changeup.
Darn it.
Umpires, man. Not even once. Swings through the fastball outside. 1-2. Ted at 2 strikes. He might just be cold. It's okay. Whoa! He bangs that one into center field, but Zavala's going to have it in plenty of time. Hey, at least he made contact, huh? He didn't strike out.
It's true.
Up comes Benji Valdez, who is 0 for 3 in the game, but does have a walk. Man on second and 1 out. Low with a fastball, 1-0. 33 pitches for Edgar Murillo. They're just going to let him wear it. Even though none of this is his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Change up away, 2-0. Valdez also to center field. And that's right into Zavala's glove. Are they really going to strand Vidal out there? Here comes Wally Bach. He's 2 for 4. Let's see if he wants to make it. A 3-hit night. No? All right. 2 outs, man on second.
Whenever you mention them, the only thing I can think of is Mama told me not to come.
Yep. And she should have told him not to swing. Because he grounded to first. All right. Ted Balloon will now be at second base for the Naves. And Anbar needed 9 pitches to get through that inning, so we're going to let him have this one.
Yeah.
Varela is ready to go if the Jinetes get that rally going that Will seems to think they will. Noriega comes up first. He's over 3 on the day. First pitch to him is a sinker inside, ball 1. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner with another sinker, 1-1. Fires low with a sinker, 2-1. That is swung on and fouled, 2-2. Anbar loves getting to 2 strikes. It wouldn't be a Naves postseason game without heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the heartbreak here?
Yeah, really.
Noriega did lay off on that one, so that's a full count, and Anbar's going to have a short 9th if this keeps going. Knocks down one foul as well. Ooh, boy. Maybe this was a bad idea. Oh, the rally. Yes, you're right. Flies that one out. Left field, but that's also going to be foul. Yep, Anbar might make it one batter into this inning.
Oh, man.
Well, he's using up all the pitches. He doesn't have that high stamina, so he's at 16 now. He's thrown almost as many pitches in this inning as he did in the last one. And he walked them.
Come on.
And that was the guy he was supposed to be good against, because that guy's lefty. Now,
Yeah.
we're going to give him one more. He's still in the blue. Norberto Zavala is 1 for 3 on the day. Zavala knocks down one foul right there at the plate. 0-1 with the slider. Swings through the sinker, 0-2. Set him up nicely with the slider. Got him with a sinker. Let's see if he'll finish him off. Nope. He fouls it off as well. 0-2 still. Misses wide with the sinker, 1-2. Got him! Kareem Anbar sends Norberto Zavala down swinging on a wipeout slider. Anbar now at 22 pitches. The Navegadores are 2 outs away from a national championship. Dermot Mount comes up next. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Dermot Mount watches that first pitch. It's a sinker in there for a strike, 0-1. Misses low with a slider, 1-1. Knocks that one down the first baseline, but it stays foul. So it'll be 1-2. Misses inside with a sinker, 2-2. 26 pitches for Anbar. That is flown out to left center. Vidal Santiago is not going to get there in time. but he'll hold the runners on first and second.
Okay, that's something.
Okay. Do I change him out yet? I'm going to give him one more batter. Tomas Rodriguez is 0 for 3 on the day. Anbar misses low with the sinker, 1-0. Hits that one. Okay, well. What? Del Castillo got it on the fly.
What?
A line drive.
He's proven me wrong today.
Runs in and grabs it in front of him on the run to hold the runners. The Naves are 1 out away from a national championship.
Oh, man.
Orlando Martinez, 1 for 4 on the day. Anbar is at 29 pitches. Here goes nothing. First pitch to him is a slider missing low, 1-0. Second pitch, sinker, called a strike. 1-1. Swung on, lifted to right field. Frank Del Castillo catches the final out. The Navegadores de Naguabo are national champions in 1904. For the first time in their history. The team that picked first in La Selección all the way back in 1871. The team that chose René Hernández, Corazón de León. The team that chose Samuel Valle. The team that was supposed to be the first champion of this league in 1904, finally, 33 years later, wins it all. With the most international team in the entire league. Upwards of 20 countries are represented on this roster. Upwards of 10 languages. These Navegadores have stuck together through 1902, 1903 disappointing seasons. And now they finally get to hoist the championship trophy. For the first time in their history, the Navegadores de Naguabo are baseball's best. Do you see the headline?
That sounds like a headline you could have written.
Absolutely. How sweep it is. Sometimes the winner, I'm just going to go ahead and read this. I don't know that I can think of anything more apropos.
Yeah.
Sometimes the winner is the one who got the lucky bounces and the lucky calls, and sometimes the winner is just the one who played better. It was the latter case in 1904 as the Naguabo Navegadores topped the Toa Baja Jinetes 8-0 tonight at Estadio Armando Sandoval to win the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño, the first title in franchise history. I will spare you. No, I'm definitely going to do it. I'm going to try to do my best Kenneth Branagh's Hercule Poirot.
There we go.
The Shoki Lat. Fuck off. Worst thing I've ever heard. When I'm not doing it. When you play for championships, you have to play better than the team in the other dugout. We did that in this series and all year. Now we're the best team in baseball. Said soon-to-be free agent second baseman Jacques Centur, who earned his third series MVP in this postseason. The Navegadores took the series 5-0. The new title holders completed the regular season with a first-place finish in Liga Betances Noreste and a 131-37 record. This says Herminio Salcedo Diaz, but that's the general manager. Harvey Burford grinned and nodded when asked to comment on Centur's words. Jacques said it best, we played better than the other team, the skipper said. Hometown officials announced they were already planning a grand celebration for the winners in the days to come. Buddy, that town is going to be burned down.
Oh, man. And they did the thing that you had mentioned, the special being swept themselves the year before and then turning it around and sweeping the next year. They did it.
Yes. For those of you who may have missed that, there have been, and I will come find them. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
There have been
statistics, yes.
Numbers and dates and dates and numbers and dates and numbers and You can do the rest of this yourselves. So, in 1870, okay, so the story of the sweeps, for those of you who were not here, in 1878 begins when the Ingenieros beat the Chupacabras in the national championship and won their first title. The next year, they rematched, and the Chupacabras swept the Ingenieros 5-0 in 1879. 4 years later, the Ingenieros did the same thing to the Corsos de Yauco. 2 years after that, they did the same thing to the Cafeteros de Maricao. The Cafeteros de Maricao, 2 years later, got swept again, this time by the Reyes. In 1894, the Ingenieros won 126 out of 138 games and swept the Canarios in the national championship. And then last year, in 1903, the Quesiteros de Isabela swept the Navegadores de Naguabo. So you may have noticed that in that list, if you were able to, pick out the names a little bit, the Ingenieros are the only team before now to have both swept and been swept. But the Navegadores are the first to get swept in 1 year and sweep the next. And again, if there is a team that would celebrate this above any other, it is the Navegadores, because this is a team that, again, was the first one selected to pick its first player. The first baseball player chosen for service in the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña wore a Naguabo uniform. The first position player, because that was a pitcher, the first position player to be selected for the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña wore a Naguabo uniform. And despite all of this, for years and years and years, they just could not make this happen. After 1878, they just kind of folded into irrelevance. And then in 1902, they came storming back with this lineup and have built themselves into this absolute machine. I mean, look at this. We've got Rob Feaster with a hit and a steal. We've got Vidal Santiago with 2 hits. We've got Centur with 1. No hits from Valdez, but he scored twice. Thanks to a walk and what I am assuming is a reach on error, but I might be wrong here. Wally Balk, almost the player of the game, almost, with 2 hits, 2 runs batted in, 2 runs of his own. Of the 8 runs that the Navegadores scored, 4 of them Balk was connected with. Shirt Lou batting in a run. Min-Soo Kim with a triple in his postseason debut. And then scoring on a ham single. Frank de Castillo brought in a run and made the last 2 catches of the game. Spike Stonehand had a hit and scored. Jan Pajkos getting his 5th win of the postseason. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts over 122 pitches. And Kareem Anbar pitched 2 innings in the game, allowing a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. 32 pitches to close out a national championship. And of course, we had an incredible double play. Ham Underwood catching the fly out in center field and throwing Romulo Figueroa out at home. Truly an embarrassment for Figueroa to just get absolutely raked in this one. He had 1 hit. They truly put out the candle for him. And Jeremias Cabrera, the strikeout artist, not able to strike out a single hitter.
Nice.
All game. He walked 2 and allowed 6 earned runs. And the thing you were all waiting to hear, who ended up with the most stolen bases? Rob Feaster stole 1 and made it 21. But Benji Valdez stole 2 and made it 22.
Woo! Way to go, Benji.
Gente. And Benji is presumptive illustrissimo. He beats pretty much everybody else. I think the next guy has 10 wins above replacement. Benji has almost 14. And then a few below that is Rob Feaster with like 8.9 or something. Gente, this has been an incredible ride. We are so glad that you were here with us for so many of the important steps of the way. As I mentioned, next week we're off because one of us is unfortunately out of town. After that, we should be coming back with, we'll see basically where we are at that point. We may well be in the off season and may have to just kind of do writing for a while. Perhaps we'll be in spring training by then, but the Navegadores have some choices to make. Centaur and Jos are the two big ones that are going to be leaving this year. And certainly, we say merci and whatever the hell the Dutch say to the two of them. And they'll retool and figure out what they're going to do and how their prospects are going to work out because they have 4 more years to enjoy this core of players. A bunch of these guys are 26 and 27. And then things are going to get really interesting and possibly really sad. But for today, there is plenty of joy in Mudville. The Navegadores have won their first ever national championship. Luisa, any final thoughts?
They gave us a very exciting series, and I'm incredibly surprised that they tried so hard in this game. I know I said it a few times, but that was really amazing, and that was really great to see.
Yeah, they put their foot on the gas. This is more runs than they scored. No, hang on. I can find this out. I know they won the previous game ninth. I know they won the previous game 3-0.
Mhm.
So, oh, well, okay. Hang on. No, I'm going to have to look elsewhere because I don't think I say. No, wait. This is the last game. So I'm sorry. They actually won the previous game before that 6-2. So I was going to say something about how they scored more runs in this game than in most of the series, but actually they came close already.
Oh, I see.
Well, when we come back, it'll probably be the new year, 1905. Pardon me, I keep saying 1906, but that's not true. That's in our test game, and we'll see where the road takes us. Hopefully, we'll have some new players joining in. The Malditos have some guys that are going to come up, and once again, thank you so much for coming. As always, this has been Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. Buenas noches. Dios les bendiga y gracias mil.